This is the football presentation on the Antler Sports Network, your new streaming home for the best high school and collegiate athletics. This broadcast is brought to you by the Drip Like Jesus apparel line, Kelly's Tattoos in Tyler, Ordo Digital, Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler, HTO in Tyler, your hometown drink stop, Hoopstar Academy, the Tyler Rose Driving Center, where learning the rules of the road properly matters, Circle M Crawfish in Big Sandy, East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust, Scouting Report, the Moody Agency Allstate, are you in good hands? The Athletic Brewing Company, amazing taste without the alcohol. Groomy, being bald has never been this easy. And Casey Muse with Avenue Speak. Be sure to follow the Antler Sports Network on social media and find us online at antlersn.com.
Welcome to the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff as the Steers of Texas College take on the Rams of Texas Wesleyan. Leading up to tonight's broadcast, we'll have our game preview, our traditional coaches corner, and a preview of the 2023 Northern Louisiana Football Alliance season. All that and more coming up next on the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff. It's time for our game preview on the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff. The Steers of Texas College are licking their wounds after falling to Arizona Christian at home last weekend. TC and head coach Gerald Jackson have a big choice to make under center, however. After a starter, Isaiah Sattler, fell in the fourth quarter with a hand injury, receiver TJ Hookfin put on a show in the waning minutes of the ballgame. We'll have more from him later on. The Rams of Texas and Wesleyan dropped last week's contest at Barrington Field against Louisiana Christian. Their typically dominant run game was halted, with the Rams only collecting a total of 60 net yards on the ground in a 33-9 loss. Texas Wesleyan played their first season of football under their current name in 2017 and is led by Joe Prudhomme. We'll hear from him in tonight's Coach's Corner. On this edition of ASN Wired, we had the chance to catch up with TJ Hookfin, Texas College receiver turned quarterback, after Sattler sat with an injury in the final moments of the Arizona Christian matchup. Post game here after the Texas College Steers fall to the number 25 Arizona Christian Firestorm. But I got a Firestorm sitting right next to me here, the Thompson Tire and Services player of the game for that contest, T.J. Hookfin. I don't know about you, but in that third quarter, it almost seems like the tie completely shifted, having you under center. Let's go step by step. Sadler goes down. You have to come in. How many reps at quarterback have you gotten in game this year?
0. Shit.
0. And what about in practice?
0.
So now you're getting thrown in a position that you're listed as a backup quarterback on the roster, but you don't have any reps at quarterback. To be able to come in and make plays the way you did, what goes through your mind when you make the first pass? You're like, okay, might be able to do this, especially after the first incompletion. We chalked it up as, okay, it's his first time playing quarterback, probably hasn't got a lot of reps, but that was a beautiful ball. Talk about what was the confidence? What mentally built up in you as the game went on?
I mean, it's natural. I came here for quarterback. I played quarterback in high school. So, I mean, like I said, it's natural. I really came to TC for quarterback, but I'm just a natural-born athlete. So wherever he need me at, that's what I'm going to do, step up and do my job. Now,
Coach Jackson has a decision in that locker room right about now. He's got a quarterback, as we talked about at the end of the broadcast, with a yin and yang dynamic. You're a lot more electric. You can get out of the pocket. You can extend plays with your legs, especially when your offensive line makes the blindside blocks that they did. But Sadler's more of a surgical, accurate, like a Ben Roethlisberger type quarterback. How does it feel to know that you're in the running to be a spearhead, a figurehead of this team, not just as a receiver or as a part of or really just a skill position, but now as the quarterback?
I mean, I look at it as it's a team thing. Like, I don't try to get much credit because I'm not the only person out there. So if it were for the line or my other teammates encouraging me, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing. So it's just a team thing, helping me out, I'm helping them out, and we just going to get the job done.
Now, watching that game, especially with the eye in the sky that we had today, when you got in the game, that Arizona Christian defense, it didn't look the same.
Right.
How does it feel to know that you have the ability to make the number 25 team in the country look like an entirely different defense just from what you could do on the field?
That's every team, not just them. They double me. Other than that, like I say, I'm not the only player on the team. So if they double me, that number 3, Anthony Holden, number 6, Derek Cooper, DeAndre Hill, we got a lot of playmakers. So if they double me, we got more playmakers. I'm not the only one. So, I mean, they just as athletic as me. So, I mean, you just get the job done as a team.
Playmakers all around the field. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next week. TJ, thank you for your time. Heck of a game.
Appreciate it. Same to you. Appreciate it.
You work hard to protect the things you love, your car, your home, and your financial future. East Texas Benefits will work just as hard to ensure your protection during these trying times. Our experts are trained to find the best policies tailored to any budget, but at the best insurance agency in Tyler by the people who make us who we are. Book a free consultation today at easttexasbenefits.com. East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. A Better Business Bureau A+ accredited business. Welcome back to the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff as we get you set for Sooner Athletic Conference football action between the Steers of Texas College and the visiting Rams of Texas Wesleyan here on the campus of All Saints Episcopal in Tyler, Texas. Time for our traditional Coach's Corner. With me via the ABS T-shirt graphics hotline is the head coach of the Rams coming from Fort Worth, Texas, Coach Joe Prudhomme. Joe, once again, thank you for taking time with us to sit down and talk about your Rams as we gear towards today's game.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I appreciate the opportunity to visit with you.
Yes, sir. Let's go back to your very first season, 2017. I know you say, "Oh boy," but sometimes it's good to go. It's good to go down memory lane. Your very first year as the head man over with the Rams, you went 2-9, 2-6 in conference play in 2017. Of course, Rome wasn't built in a day. Kind of talk about that first season and what pretty much led you to get here. Of course, now Texas Wesleyan is considered one of the best teams in the country.
It was a very, very tough start. We went young. I thought I could just try to come in with a lot of freshmen, redshirt freshmen, and build it from the ground up. And yeah, we're building from the ground up. I probably should have mixed in a few more transfers, but man, we brought in all these guys, and everybody was the alpha from wherever they were from. And you have 100 guys, 115 guys show up from that many different places. It was tough. It was borderline. It was just a mess at times, but we got it all together, and those kids were tough, the ones that have stuck with us and kind of made a mark. We just kept building and trying to add to the core of our team. We have what we call our 40% rule or 20% rule at times. You get 20% of that group to stay and buy in, you just keep adding to it and adding to it, and next thing you know, you're up to 80, 90% of what you need. And we had a really, really strong last 2 years of recruiting. And everybody else was focused on the transfer market. We weren't. And we went after high school kids that we felt like were FCS level, landed several of them. A lot of them are playing. I think we started 4 freshmen last week on defense, a couple on offense. But, man, just learning to navigate tough times from 17. We improved a little bit, won them to get another game. We added about 1 game a year, and in 2019 we were 3-7, but should have been easily. We lost 3 games on the last play. Could have easily been 6-4, and that was a real turning point. Then we went into COVID. That was a nightmare. We only got to play 2 games. We lost the first one in the fall, and then played the second one late in the fall against Arizona Christian. Went out there and upset them, and they ended up winning the conference that year. So we thought, we can play a little bit, and 21 came around. We played, pretty well. Went 7-3. One of the losses was to Central Arkansas D1. It's a guarantee game. So we felt like we could play with anybody. And we brought back a ton of our kids, sprinkled in some freshmen. I think we had 1 transfer come in that could play, and it just got better. They're buying into the process. They see the process. They have an understanding. It's about preparation of what you do through the week. Saturday's irrelevant if you don't get the work done early on. We've been able to keep a lot of them on campus in summers, and that's made a big, big difference. So here we are. We're explosive. We're more experienced, and we have an idea of trying to get our identity like we want. And that's a team that plays hard, plays fast, and is disciplined and explosive.
Now, you guys went on the road last week to Pineville, Louisiana, to take on a Louisiana Christian team that I would say, from just simply watching the film, could pretty much go tit for tat. Of course, you guys have amazing special teams game. That running attack is some of the best rushing I've ever seen, especially at the level that you guys are at. To be able to now see what it's like to go against a team that can go tit for tat with your biggest strength and counteract it, how does that help you go on in these final 3 games of the year as you look to make an even already bigger splash than you have already this year?
We learned a lot about ourselves. They came out and they punched us in the mouth. I give them credit. They had a really good plan. They stuck to it. We got off doing what we needed to do and how to do it. We weren't ourselves. They out special teamed us. They did to us what we've been doing to everybody else. They blocked a punt on us. They ran a fake punt for a touch. They blocked a extra point. And those are the types of things we've been able to do this year and take great pride in. And they really showed us and exposed some things that we needed to work on. But basically it's about, you have to understand, when you go into a hostile environment, things are not going to work out your way. You got to adjust. You got to change. You got to up your game here. And we didn't do that the other day. And my hat's off to them, man. They had a great game plan and they executed, and we didn't. So we learned some things about ourselves. So we really did, and we're going to adjust on it.
All right, let's close things out. Coach, who are some of the kids that we need to pay attention to for this ball game?
Ernest Caesar's an electric running back. He's fun to watch out of East Chambers. He's about 5'6", 5'5", about 165, and can really, really roll. On defense, you got all kinds of guys. You got Sean Tolbert, number 92, at the nose. He's a really good lineman. Dylan Petwade, number 9 and 39, both linebackers. Jose Bonilla, they can really play. Our receiving core is pretty good. They're pretty explosive group. O-line is led by Michael Bonner, 66. We hang our hat on our O-line. it's the most experienced unit we have. The running game really comes from them, and the running backs are the beneficiaries of it.
All right, Coach. Once again, thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I'm excited to come home, man. I'm a Tyler native. Grew up there and have a lot of friends there, and really looking forward to seeing some people I understand are going to be coming to the game. So I'm just excited always to come home to the Pine Trees and see all of my hometown.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your time. Glad that you can come back to the good old-fashioned ETX area, almost like a homecoming for you.
Absolutely. I love Tyler. Love it.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach. Good luck.
You betcha. Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Head coach Joe Delhomme, head man of the Rams of Texas Wesleyan, and our traditional coaches corner on the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff. We'll take a break and we'll continue to get you ready for the Steelers and the Rams after this.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice. So get Allstate. And be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
The rules of the road must be taught the proper way to ensure the highways and byways of the great state of Texas are safe for generations to come. If you're a teen or young adult looking to gain a license or just looking to refine your knowledge and skills, Tyler Rose Driving Center is the gold standard to getting the best behind the wheel results no matter your age or experience. Schedule classes over the phone at 903-535-7777. Tyler Rose Driving Center, located in the Green Acre Shopping Center next to Little Caesars, committed to safety, satisfaction, and service with a smile. A car is one of the most important purchases you'll ever make. It's how you drive to work, how you take the kids to school, and how you get to some of life's biggest moments. Why not treat your car as such? Visit Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler on 3021 South Bonner Avenue. Joe Thompson and his team of professionals bring decades of under-the-hood experience to ensure that your car runs at its best. Any make, any model, Thompson Tire and Services is the only place to get the best service for your car in the entire East Texas area. Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler, proud sponsor of the Antler Sports Network. You work hard to protect the things you love, your car, your home, and your financial future. East Texas Benefits will work just as hard to ensure your protection during these trying times. Our experts are trained to find the best policies tailored to any budget, but at the best insurance agency in Tyler by the people who make us who we are. Book a free consultation today at easttexasbenefits.com. East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. A Better Business Bureau A+ accredited business. Need to add some zip to your morning? Need something to get you through a busy workday? Or maybe something refreshing on a hot afternoon? Mudslingers of Tyler can get you a handcrafted drink for any occasion. Mudslinger serves fresh coffee and espresso roasted right here in East Texas by the Collie Dog Coffee Company. They have over 40 flavors you can mix into a custom coffee, soda, refresher, smoothie, or energy drink. They even offer tasty snacks if you need a quick bite. Ditch the big chain overpriced drinks for something locally owned and delicious. Find them on the Loop and Old True Highway by Green Acres Bowl. Follow them on social media for deals and updates. Mudslingers of Tyler, local coffee, local connections. Did you know you had a Texas State bucket list must-see right in the heart of East Texas? It's Circle M Crawfish in Big Sandy, Texas. Circle M is more than just crawfish. It's home to the best deep-fried catfish in town. There's something for everybody to enjoy, including chicken fried steak, burgers, and ready for game day wings. Circle M has everything you need to have a good time with the whole family, with a gated playground to keep kiddos entertained. Circle M Crawfish on State Highway 155 in Big Sandy, Texas, home of Circle M Rivalry Week.
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear all game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I can show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Welcome into the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff. It is time for our sponsor spotlight. This week we have a man that you might be very familiar with if you're following the Antler Sports Network on our social media platforms, the NLFA, the North Louisiana Football Alliance president and founder, Mr. Holland Witherspoon, or better known as Coach Spoon in some circles. Coach Spoon, you have a pretty big event coming up within your league that's pretty close to where today's game is in East Texas. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, we've got our combine tryouts. One of our showcases will be held in Longview on November 5th. The Wranglers of East Texas will be hosting a tryout for, those young athletes who are still looking to get back on that gridiron after high school and potentially go on to do bigger and better things.
Now, on your website and through your promotional material, the NLFA is showcased as the next level experience. Describe the NLFA experience to those who may be new to the product.
Well, the next level experience for the NLFA is basically what it says. We've developed a platform for these individuals who don't make it to college right out of high school and give them that experience that they would have probably received had they gone to a D1, D2 college or even JUCO.
Now, talk about the history of the league. 2020 was a rough patch for everyone, and not many leagues at multiple levels were able to, no pun intended here, weather the COVID storm. But here's the North Louisiana Football Alliance going strong, adding teams and still growing in popularity and viewership. Kind of talk about what was needed on your part as the president and founder. What did it take from you to keep the league going and continue the growth through the COVID season?
Man, it took a lot of hard work and we had to get it out in the mud. We had to do a lot of grinding. As you mentioned earlier, the COVID season kind of put a damper on our inaugural season. So we ended up playing an abbreviated season to kind of get the product on the field and introduce people to the 9-man football tackle concept and kind of let them get a chance to see what it would be about. So we've had a couple of rough starts, as you mentioned. We experimented with a few things, so now we have our format intact, and we're slowly and steady building on to the North Louisiana Football Alliance.
Now, last season, the Homer Lumberjacks brought home the team's first NLFA championship. It's a new season. Everything resets. The Wranglers have been reactivated into the league. Kind of talk about what you're expecting from the league, both on the field and also off the field.
On the field, we're expecting to get a little bit more talent. As you mentioned, the Wranglers actually will be their first season playing. This is their first year being activated. We have another team located in the East Texas area, the Eagles. They were part of our 2021 season, and they have been deactivated for this season and this coming season. But on the field, we're expecting to see a lot more newer faces, some older faces. We want to see these guys get out there and give it their all. Off the field, we're hoping to see the guys get out into the community, let everybody know that, hey, we exist, we're a team, whether it be in the East Texas area, Northwest Louisiana, as well as our teams out in East Louisiana, or Northeast Louisiana, I'm sorry.
All right, Coach, any closing thoughts?
Well, go to www.nlfafootball.com. If you're not interested, check us out. As we stated, we have our combines coming up. We have 3 showcases, one in East Texas, one in Bossier City, Louisiana, and one in Minden, Louisiana. So for those that may be interested, we're looking for ages 18 to 28. The next level experience, we take film and stats and we submit that said film and stats to the professional indoor league. So if you guys are looking to advance to the pro indoor league, we're steadily building relationships with the IFL. We're trying to establish relationships with the National Arena League as well as the CIF. So, they haven't been established concrete, but we are talking to scouts. We're talking to coaches to try to give these guys opportunities.
All right, that's Holland Witherspoon, founder, coach, president, the Swiss Army knife of the North Louisiana Football Alliance via the ABS T-shirt graphics hotline. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
Same here, man. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you. We'll continue with the East Texas Benefits countdown to kickoff after this timeout as we get you ready for the Steers of Texas College, looking to make it 2 straight as they host the Firestorm of Arizona Christian. You're tuned in to the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff, brought to you by East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust.
Beautiful day, huh? Dinner time!
Time for another?
Oh, yeah.
You work hard to protect the things you love, your car, your home, and your financial future. East Texas Benefits will work just as hard to ensure your protection during these trying times. Our experts are trained to find the best policies tailored to any budget, but at the best insurance agency and tailored by the people who make us who we are. Book a free consultation today at easttexasbenefits.com. East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. A Better Business Bureau A+ accredited business.
The East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff concludes, and we are ready for kickoff here on the campus of All States Episcopal School in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this presentation of Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network. We have an interconference matchup in the Rose City between the Steers of Texas College, led by head coach Jarrell Jackson, and the visiting Texas Wesleyan Rams from Fort Worth, Texas. Jared Jones, Cam Overstreet, and the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. Cam, you were pledging your confidence prior to hitting the air this afternoon. You said you expect the Steers to come up with a win today. What makes you so sure?
I'm just feeling really confident about Texas College today. Last week wasn't really that good. It was not really good at all when you look at the scoreboard. But I've seen a lot of pros out of that last team. So hopefully they can bring that same confidence right here. And I feel very confident that they're going to win this game.
The Texas College Steers lost the toss. Texas Wesleyan electing to defer to the second half. The Steers in their typical all-purple home uniforms. Texas Wesleyan, the Rams from Fort Worth, Texas, wearing their visiting whites. White tops, white bottoms, blue helmets with the Ram and crescent on both sides, and the yellow visor. Texas College in their traditional matte purple helmets, black face masks, purple uniforms, yellow lettering and numerals with the white trim, gold and white piping on the uniforms, and plain purple trousers. The Rams will be kicking from left to right on your device. The Steers, as they take over on offense, barring this kickoff, will go from right to left. Once again, we're at Milbourne Field on the campus of All Saints Episcopal. Many longtime viewers of the Antler Sports Network will be very familiar with this campus. We did many a basketball game here in the past basketball season, and looking forward to possibly doing some more games here in the future. We got a fresh 15 on the clock. We're ready to go in the broadcast booth, and both teams seem to be prepared as officials are getting the game ball ready, and we're ready to kick things off in the Sooner Athletic Conference matchup. We have our officials once again from the same usual crew that we've had the past couple of weeks from the Southwest College Football Officials Association. Our head referee is Joe Greer. Our umpire, Chris Thames. Line judge, Thomas Bean. Field judge, Josh Canales. Head linesman, Manny Santana. Side judge, Thomas Hubbard. Back judge, Reginald Andrews. And center judge, Rich Lacasama. Officials talking to the Texas Wesleyan kicker. Do you think you might be trying to teach him how to kick? I don't know. I think we're ready to try to get this game up and underway, and the ball's teed up, and that's exactly what will happen. This will be the 8th time that the Steers and Rams have faced off. The Rams lead the all-time series 7-1. The very first win Texas College gained against these Rams was in the Rams' inaugural season under the Texas Wesleyan University banner. Kicker ready to get things going. He approaches the ball, and we are underway on the campus of All Saints. That's a high end over end kick. Kick's going to be received at about the 1. Has a couple blocks upfield, takes a turn to his right, running along the sidelines, got a little bit of space, and is pumped out of bounds at around the 20-yard line, and that's where the Steelers will take over first down and 10. The presentation of college football on the Antler Sports Network is brought to you by East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. We're in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. We're ready for some college football. Had a lot of much-needed rain over the past couple days. That rain has taken down a lot of high school football games. But Sadler is going to take over his first possession, 1st and 10 on the 21-yard line. Let's see if he can continue the game that he had. Had a relatively on-and-off game from the Steer offense, but let's see if Sadler can get things back going as he is the starting quarterback as for now. Here's the handoff up the middle, makes a spin. He's immediately met at the line of scrimmage, no forward progress. That's going to be about a loss of 1. That'll move him to the 20-yard line, and that'll be 2nd down for the Steers.
I knew they were going to probably start off with a run there. I was hoping for a pass to get Sadler going off early, but nothing wrong with a little bit of run.
After the run against nothing, it's going to be 2nd down and 11 to go for these Texas College Steers. As you might have remembered last week in our Thompson Tire and Service Player of the Game, we spoke with him also during the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff. T.J. Hookfin, not under center for this game, but we saw him taking some reps prior to kickoff here. Here's Sadler, takes a snap, fakes the handoff, no handoff at all, makes a juke there. It's going to be a reception, gain of around 3. Pass complete to the outside. And there's the passing game that you wanted to see from Texas College. Starts off, Sadler's out on the blocks fast. He's 1 for 1.
That was actually a nice pass right there. I was expecting the running back to actually try to take more of an outside run. For him to make that cutback, I don't think that was really a pretty smart move by him.
3rd down and long. As the Steelers try to continue the strings of offense that they've had throughout most of their games. Regardless of score, the Steelers have always had the chances and drives to put together yardage on offense. Here's Sadler looking right. It's going to be a high throw. When it's caught, looks like he might have got the first down. He did it more. Initially hit at around the 35-yard line, and that'll move the chains. 1st down and 10 for Texas College.
There goes that hurry-up offense. We also see that formation with the 3 wide receivers on the left side of the field. They ran that a lot last week, and it actually had positive gain of yards just like that all last week.
That offensive momentum continuing. It's now 1st down and 10. Ball's on the 36. Sadler in the gun has a back to his right. Takes a snap. He's looking left. Going to be a high fade to the outside. He's got a man downfield, and it's just dropped incomplete. That pass was intended for Anthony Holden. Holden couldn't hold on to the football, and it's going to be 2nd 10. But good to see Texas College still taking shots downfield, continuing to try to move up the field after the big play from Sadler with 13:06 left to go in the first.
I know during the Langston game, Sadler actually expressed that he loves throwing those deep bombs. He lives for it.
As you can obviously tell, we saw him prior to kickoff. He's throwing absolute missiles in the back of the end zone. The kid from Princeton High School has got an arm. Let's see if they can get some points on the board on their first drive. It's 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion from Holden. Stack receivers to either side here. Sattler takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff to the outside. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The defender's going to give him no forward progress. The ball might have popped out. Texas Wesleyan says they have it. But officials not signaling a turnover there, and it's going to be back to 3rd down for Texas College. This time, instead of 3rd down and 7 on their last drive, they're going to face them 3rd down and 10 with 12:45 and counting left to go in the first.
They're trying to get the run going. It's really bad to have a one-dimensional offense, so the run has to start opening up. If it doesn't, Texas Wesleyan will just start playing pass coverage the whole game.
What we know about this Texas Wesleyan offense, they love to run the football, so I would suspect they know how to stop the running of the football as well. Here's 3rd and 10. Sattler, high snap, corrals with one hand, throws a ball, and he's caught! Caught almost at about the 45-yard line. Some are signaling 1st down. The Defenders are going to mark him short. That's a big-time play there from Sattler. Gets it to Hill. Hill, his 2nd reception of this drive, but it's going to be 4th down and short. Great job by Sattler to, by definition, make something out of nothing.
Yeah, Sattler being able to recover from something like that is very actually good for him.
One thing about Sattler, he might not, we call him Baby Ben in our previous broadcast, showing that he can still keep plays alive with his feet, even though he doesn't really have to run the most. The Texas College offense is reeling. Let's see if they can run on this 4th down. It's 4th down and 3. Takes a snap. Looking. It's going to be a favor out to the outside. Hill's contested. It's going to be a pass interference call. Pass intended for Hill, and this will move the chains. Fantastic job by Hill to almost sell it there. He got perfect positioning, trying to cut back across his own body and make the catch. Couldn't get it, but draws the pass interference call. Let's go on the officials to make sure it is. And yes, they're signaling pass interference. That'll move the chains. Tack on 15. 1st down and 10, Texas College.
One thing I noticed, Texas Wesleyan, Donovan Johnson, the cornerback there who has the flag thrown to him, you got to be aware of where the ball is in the air. If you don't look back, the flag is always going to get thrown for you. So you have to be aware, as a cornerback, where the ball is going to be in the air when the quarterback throws it.
In the college game, we're seeing that pass interference call more and more, especially when cornerbacks are caught lacking in coverage. Work to the Steers' advantage, and it's going to be a fresh set of downs. 1st down and 10, 11:43 left to go in this first quarter as they go into Ram territory. Here's Sattler. Takes a snap. It's going to be a handoff. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets to around the 40, and it's going to be a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 after the run.
Easy break up the middle. That's actually pretty good positive yards right there. Run game starting to get right, exactly how it's supposed to be.
Couple substitutions being made for this Rams defense. One thing about this Rams defensive front, you don't even have to look at the stats to see that they definitely have size in the trenches. Texas College has some size of their own. Let's see how they match up. Slot receivers on both sides, has a man in motion. Here's Sattler, takes a snap, looking to his left. Has Hill, he's wide open, and he's caught! No, he dropped the football! He almost had it, would have had 6, but just lets the ball go. Hill had nothing but green in front of him, but just couldn't bring it in. It's going to be 3rd down, Texas College. That's a heartbreaker. That's a huge heartbreaker for TC. But on the positive end, at least he's getting open. As you can see, this is the 3rd or 4th time this drive that Hill has broken off his defender almost immediately off the line of scrimmage. But they just got to get something out of it. You're going to the ATM, just not taking any cash home with you. It's 3rd down now. Here's Sattler. Similar formation. Slot receivers to both sides. He has a back to his right. Making a couple of adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Texas Wesleyan showing that they might bring the heat here. Here's Sattler. Takes a snap. Looking left again. Maybe going for Hill. And he's back behind the line of scrimmage. Hangs on to the football. And it's going to be 4th down. Big time stop by Dylan Petway, the linebacker, coming from that outside to bring Sattler down.
Well, I think they realized that Sattler had too much time in the pocket. The more time he has in the pocket, the more time he has to notice that things are getting wide open. So there you bring a lot of more from the backside. He doesn't see it coming. He's a left-handed quarterback there. And right there, that's a good defense.
Now, Sattler's had a relatively clean pocket. He hasn't had the cleanest pocket in the world, but he's definitely had a lot more time than he has normally this season. But eventually, Texas Wesleyan was able to get to him and bring up 4th down, and it's punt time for the Steers. There's 2 ways you could really look at this initial drive, this offensive drive for the Steers with 10-16 and counting left to go in the first. You're showing that your offense isn't afraid to move the football, and they can move it well. They can definitely move it well. But Texas Wesleyan showing that their defense, the defenses they've had a pretty good reliance on so far this season, is still able to make plays when necessary. Here's the snap. Line drive kick. takes an initial bounce at almost a 15-yard line. Makes a man miss, and he's got a little bit of space, and he's turning on the second level. He's got space at the 30. It could be a foot race. It's one-on-one against the punter. The one man let the punters down. He's got nothing but green. 20, 15, 10, 5. Goal line touchdown, Texas Wesleyan, and they hit the board first on special teams. 93-yard punt return for a touchdown, and Texas Wesleyan hits the board in an electric fashion. All he needed was one final block. The punter looks like he might have had a pretty decent angle on him, but Texas Wesleyan with fantastic blocking downfield, get into the end zone for 6. And our scoring is opened up here with 9:40 left to go.
Monster formation here. This is going to be something special. I can feel it.
This could be interesting. Goes into the end zone, and he's got it. The PAT is through. Dylan Petway, the one who forced this offensive drive to halt for the Steers, goes in for the 2-point conversion. Your score, 9:40 left to go in the first quarter. This is going to be an electric one. I can feel it, ladies and gentlemen. The Rams 8, the Steers nothing. Back in 1 minute, you're watching college football on the Antler Sports Network.
A car is one of the most important purchases you'll ever make. It's how you drive to work, how you take the kids to school, and how you get to some of life's biggest moments. Why not treat your car as such? Visit Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler on 3021 South Bonner Avenue. Joe Thompson and his team of professionals bring decades of under-the-hood experience to ensure that your car runs at its best. Any make, any model, Thompson Tire and Services is the only place to get the best service for your car in the entire East Texas area. Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler, proud sponsor of the Antler Sports Network.
Back on the Antler Sports Network after the 93-yard touchdown taken back by Jason Price. Somebody pick up the phone here in Tyler, Texas. We got ourselves a house call early on as the Rams take the first punch, but Texas College, as we've seen in their first offensive drive, they're not pulling any punches either. Jared Jones, Cam Overstreet in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth in the Sooner Athletic Conference matchup at Newborn Field on the campus of All Saints Episcopal in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas. Cam, what did you like from, well, I can't really ask what you like from Texas Wesleyan. All it took was one play, 93 yards, but Texas College has an opportunity to get it back. What did you like from their first offensive drive that you wanted to see them continue to implement on this next possession?
Well, the run wasn't really working like it wants to, so we get more run in there to make the pass more dangerous, but the pass looks like it's already dangerous as it is. So I would say less drops, more catches, and this Texas College team is going to be very perfect.
Now, if you have a great memory as the kickoff is up and away, end over end, kick into the back of the end zone for a touchback, Texas College take over 1st and 10. But if you recall from their last contest against Arizona Christian, this is almost exactly how the first quarter started for the Steelers on offense as well. Sadler's finding wide open guys downfield, just not able to haul them in. But so far, it looks like they're getting even more space and even more opportunities to make big-time plays. They just got to cash the checks in. Let's see if they can do it on their second offensive drive. After the touchback, it's going to be 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Sadler marching his Steers back onto the field. One thing that'll be interesting to note, and one thing we'll definitely have to continue to look at, is the fact that they have a spark plug at the backup quarterback position, the Steers, at T.J. Hookfin, who he spoke to during the East Texas Benefits countdown to kickoff. Here's Sadler. Sadler across the middle, got a man wide open, bobbles it, and he still brings it in. It's going to be a 1st down and 10, and there's that passing game yet again. Texas College still moving up the field. That pass hauled in by number 3, Anthony Holden. Holden, that time, he held on and moves the change for Texas College.
I think they found a weakness here. This defense doesn't look like they're pretty good at pass defense themselves.
Here's Sadler. Sadler hand off to the bowling ball. The bowling ball's got space. He's moving, trying to get the 1st down, moves across midfield, and that's going to be a gain of 8, 2nd down and short. You can feel the energy here. You can hear the fans right below us as well. This Texas College offense, they're moving with some, well, I really can't even think of the best way to describe it. They're moving with absolute ease down the field with 9 minutes flat left to go in this first quarter of play. Here's Sadler. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Looking left. Has a man downfield. Got it. Pass is complete. Pass brought in by Holden yet again, and it's 1st down and 10 yet again for the Steers. That's back-to-back 1st downs already. The clock is moving. 8:45 left to go in the first quarter. Hurry up offense. The Steers wasting absolutely no time getting back to the line of scrimmage. Head coach Jarrell Jackson already making changes at the line as he stalks the sideline. Here's Sadler. He's got 2 slot receivers. Even sets to the even side. Both sides, Here's Sadler going to step up in the pocket. Takes a hit. Moves into the pocket. Not the fastest kid in the world, but he gained 2. Great job by the Princeton High School graduate to gain 2, but it's going to be 2nd down and 8 after the Sadler run.
We don't see a lot of that moving out of the pocket right there and going for positive yards. Sadler's making a couple changes to his arsenal right now.
Sadler showing why he won Student Athletic Conference Player of the Week not too long ago. Second down and 8 here. 8 minutes, 7 seconds left. Here's Sadler. Takes a snap, looking right. He's got a man across the numbers, and it's complete yet again. Sadler, he needs to audition for Grey's Anatomy. We said this last week because the kid's getting surgical. Pass complete, and it's going to be third down.
This O-line is looking magnificent right now.
This is the best that they've looked really all year.
When there's not a lot of pressure, when there is pressure, they're stopping him just enough where Sadler can look and see and know where he needs to throw the ball next.
Sadler's really been in trouble one good time there, and that was from the Petway sack in their first offensive possession. The bowling ball is in at running back now. One slot receiver hits Sadler. He's got pressure, looking. He's got a man along the numbers, and it's a first down again. Almost made a man miss, but it's going to be inside the 20-yard line. Move the chains. Texas College is on fire so far this evening as we grace the 7.5-minute mark.
There's no room for error right here, and we haven't seen an error yet in this drive.
Well, I'm trying to look for some wood to knock on here in the Kelly Tattoo broadcast booth, because I know Coach Jarrell Jackson wants to keep this offense going. Bowling ball back in yet again. 2 slot receivers, even receivers to the top and the bottom of your screen. Sadler in the gun, has Williams to his right. Might have been a little bit of movement there. Pass is complete. Turns around. It's going to be Hookfin on the reception, quarterback to quarterback. And the flag... right tackle there might have been on the right guard. Jalen Benton could be on him, but it might be an offsides penalty. Let's see what the officials will deem it. Some of the Steelers are already pointing to move the chains, and let's see what the call will be from this officiating crew. First quarter presented to you by our amazing friends over at Groomy. If you recall, in our last broadcast, we hit the 250 subscriber mark. I hear you sniggling over there. But I assure you, Groomy has spoke with us. The Groomy kits are on the way as the offsides penalty is called against Texas Wesleyan, and that'll give the Steelers some extra yardage. The Baldy Pro kits are on the way. Coming up this week, hopefully Justin Jackson, who we'll speak to during the All-State Moody Agency halftime report. We will shave our heads live, rest assured. I see the comments, I see the posts, I read the emails and read the texts. I assure you, myself and Mr. Jackson will go live in due time. Thank you to Groomy once again for making this happen as the Antler Sports Network teams up with Groomy to commemorate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Here's Sadler after the flag, fakes the handoff, gets to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss of 5, and that'll make it second down and 10. After the extra yardage gained from the penalty, it's absolutely negated totally as we hit the 6:20 mark in the first quarter.
That right there was good. It was very dangerous play in Texas College. They already recognized it. I think Sadler should have actually took the sack there. Close to an interception. The cornerback read that play very well. That was a dangerous play call.
Well, maybe looked like that Sadler might have lost an extra yard if he were to take the sack. But hindsight's 20/20, as they always say, as we hit the 6-minute mark, it's second down and 10 to go. Here's Sadler now, looking left. He's got a man across the middle. It's hauled in. Still pushing forward. They're going to give him forward progress right at the line to gain. They're going to give him the 5-yard line. No, they're going to give him check that. They're going to give him the 5-yard line. Might be just short. They're going to give him third down and the length of the football to go. And it's bowling ball time as he marches back onto the field. I'm not a betting man, but if I wanted to hand the ball off, I'm giving it to the bowling ball here on third down and short.
With his size, it should be quite easy to get that 1 yard there.
Well, also, this could be quarterback keeper time. Sadler's, he may be a quarterback, but he's a big quarterback. He's a stout kid.
It would be crazy because nobody would expect it, actually.
Well, we would.
See it coming a mile away.
Double back sets here. One slot receiver, Hookfin, that slot receiver. Lone receiver at the top of your screen. It's going to be favored right at the back of the end zone. Up for Hookfin, intended for him, incomplete. And no run play there. Looks like we were both wrong there. They didn't even run the football, and it's going to be 4th down and 1. Now, we saw a place kicker take some snaps prior to kickoff here for the Steelers, but we know Coach Jackson, he's already gone for 4th down once this ball game. Looks like he's going to go for it again. The Sadler marches back onto the field, and this could be a huge momentum shifter or momentum keeper if you're this Rams defense. 5:05 left to go in the first quarter. The bowling ball, still in at running back, dual back set, similar formation to the previous play. Hookfin still in the slot, lone receiver at the top of your screen. Sadler in the gun. Takes the snap. Going to hand it to the bowling ball. No, it's a keeper. Sadler's going to take it himself. Barrels along the left side. The Rams call him short, but the officials give him first down. Isaiah Sadler rumbling and stumbling his way across the line to gain. Looks like they're going to call it first down at 10. And yes, they do. The PA announcer here to my right says it's first down and 10. And Isaiah Sadler on the quarterback sneak. I guess you can call me a discount Tony Romo. I definitely don't make the same paycheck that he makes, but I can try to predict plays like him. 4:45 left to go in this first quarter. First down and goal for the Steers.
Sadler had me because I thought the bowling ball had the ball on that one.
Great job by Sadler to pull the football back and say, you know what? I'll get a little bit of this offensive attack in.
Big Ben runs every once in a while.
Every now and then. Now I think he just runs to the refrigerator. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. First down and goal after the Sadler quarterback keeper's got a man in motion. That man is Hill. Hill goes back outside. They're going to get it to him. He's got the end zone in his sights. Immediately met with resistance. He's going to gain about 2. And he'll still be short. He's going to be down at the 2-yard line. And it's going to be second down and goal Steers. The bowling ball rolling back onto the field. Hill still on the field. Couple substitutions being made for the Steer offense. Hookfin will come off. Holden will come back into the game. Holden's been one of the most consistent receivers so far for this Texas College offensive attack. 3:45 left to go. Second down and 2 yards to go. High snap. It's going to be a handoff. Immediately met well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a loss of 3. They're going to send him back to the 5-yard line. Honestly, I thought they were going to try to hit Holden or try to hit a slant route across the middle, try to get into the end zone, but the run play is stopped almost immediately. That'll bring up third down.
Yeah, I believe Texas Wesleyan is actually fully prepared for the run, so you're going to have to put the ball in the air. It's going to be dangerous. Red zone it's always going to be dangerous, but you have to take that risk and know that, hey, the run game might be ineffective, so you have to be able to throw the ball.
But really, is it that much of a risk? The Steers have shown that even with those first 3 drops in the initial offensive drive, the receivers have turned the gears on. They've gone to that next gear. They've been able to march down the field to even get them in the spot. Let's see what they do. Here's Sadler. Sadler into the end zone. It's almost picked off. Pass intended for Hill. And it's going to be 4th down, and it's decision time yet again. Incomplete throw from Sadler. Pass was intended for Hill. Hill couldn't bring it in. Great job by the Texas Wesleyan defender, number 20, Darius Van Dyke, the 5'9" defensive back from Blinn College. Able to break that pass away. It's 2:58 left to go in his 4th down. Sadler's still on the field, and the last time I checked, he hasn't kicked a football all season. So the Steers are going to go for it here. They're not content with 3. They want to go for at least 6 and maybe even try to tie this game up. Still 8-0. 2:58 left to go. Play clock at 7. Sadler takes a snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to use his legs. Tries to make him a miss. Barrels through. Goes into the end zone. Waiting for the official word. No, he's just short. Just short. Shades of Frank Costanza. Couldn't get into the end zone. Sadler is just short.
I don't know about that one right there. I don't know. He stuck the ball out.
He looks like he might have got there, but there is no... The officials are putting the ball just on the goal line. Maybe a speckle of turf separating the tip of the football and the goal line. Sadler able to get the quarterback sneak earlier on in the drive. Just couldn't get the quarterback sneak in for 6, and that's an amazing stop for Texas Wesleyan. That is a perfect defensive possession. You survive the onslaught, but shout out to Michael Jackson, your back's against the wall.
And it is against the wall right here. Texas College got to get a safety. This is the best time for the defense to show they came out here to make a statement. The first time to be on the field, this should be a quick 1, maybe even 2 plays.
As you may recall, this is their first time for the Steer defense to even step on the field. Because last time we saw Texas Wesleyan, there was 93 yards and back after the touchdown, the punt return for a touchdown from Price earlier on in the officials giving us a signal here. Trying to get the clock reset to a different time. You can hear a pen drive here at Mewborn Field. It got quiet extremely quickly with 2:50 left to go after the time change. Couple seconds added on to the clock here. And it looks like Texas Wesleyan will take over 1st and 10 with the goal line breathing down their necks. They're barely even on the 1-yard line. You can almost call it the quarter-yard line. Here come the Rams. Shotgun snap. They're going to run the football. It's an outside run along the tackles. Carey's going to get him about, let's call it 5. Let's call it 5 yards. Texas College luckily able to keep them in relative striking distance to make a big-time play here. It was a gain of 5. It's going to be second down and 5 as we hit the 2.5-minute mark. The Rams up 8-0. Quarterback for the Rams. It's number 13, not initially on our starting lineup card. Here's Carson Rogers, the 6'5 quarterback from H-Town, from Houston, Texas. As the Steers are still trying to bring down number 21 for the Rams, Ernie Caesar. Brown on the stop there as the Rams get first down and 10 as we talk to head coach Joe Delhomme on the East Texas Benefits countdown to kickoff in our traditional coach's corner. They said they want to run the football, and last week they were punched in the mouth by that run defense for Louisiana Christian. But so far that run game seems to be rip-roaring and ready to go. As most likely a false start penalty call, a little bit of movement up front. As the officials are pointing towards Texas College, and it's going to be an offsides penalty called before the snap. And it is an offside penalty called against Texas College. That'll make this first down. It's a tad bit easier for the Rams, and that'll make it first down and 5 after the flag.
You got to be able to let the people get their free play, man. Offsides lead to a free play. Free play is what the quarterback lives for.
After the flag, a minute 45 left to go. It's first down now. Here's the handoff yet again. Breaks a couple of tackles. They're going to give them the first down right at the line to gain and move the chains yet again. That'll be an exact gain of 5. Once again, it's Caesar on the carry. And no pun intended, but Caesar seems to be hot and ready to carry the football for this Texas Wesleyan offense. A minute and a half left to go in the first quarter of play. Still 8-0 your score. The Rams in their first offensive possession, marching down the field here on the campus of All Saints Episcopal in Tyler, Texas. Jared Jones came over street in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. Snap taken from Rogers, immediately popped at the line, not even at the line of scrimmage before the catch can even be made. As there goes your boy.
You know who that is.
You know who it is.
No fly zone Coop.
On the breakup there, it's incomplete, and it's second down and 10. At first, he was your original pick for our Thompson Tire and Services Player of the Game for the Arizona Christian contest, but Hookfin, with that fourth quarter quarterbacking performance, took it away, but a close second is Cooper. Let's see if he can try to avenge that loss. Carry once again by Caesar, gets taken out of bounds after gaining about 6, and it's going to be third down and around 4 to go.
They're going to need something. They're going to need something real big right here. They're going to need something really big to stop this.
After the tackle from Williams, check that. They're going to name it second down with 55 seconds left and counting left in this first quarter. This first quarter has definitely flown by. Oh, maybe it's third down. I might be correct here. The dial-down says third down, a bit of a glare, but it seems to be saying third down, but the scoreboard to our left here says second down. But instead it's going to say first down either way it goes as the pass is complete to the flat. Pass hauled in by the Rams number 1, Dalton Dale, the 5'10". Quarterback moving to wide receiver from Mesquite Petite High School, the redshirt junior. And the Pirate graduate moves the chains. And it's going to be 30 seconds and counting left to go as we enter the dime seconds of this first quarter. Three receivers at the bottom of your screen. Hand off to Caesar again. He's using his blocks, and he's got room. First down is going to be even more first down and a tack on about almost 10 more extra yards. As the clock stops with 12 seconds, 12.1 seconds exactly, as Texas Wesleyan looks primed to try to get back into the end zone yet again and make it back-to-back trips into the end zone. The Rams last week falling to Louisiana Christian 33-9. Might still leave a bad taste in the mouth of the Rams as the flag is called against Texas College, and that'll add even more against the run. A 15-yard personal foul penalty called against Texas College, and that'll make that run even bigger. And that'll move it down to the 24-yard line after the flag as the clock rolls here with 7 seconds left. This might be the final play of the first quarter here. Here's Rogers and the gun. Takes the snap. Looking over the back of the end zone. No, it's across the middle. It's picked off! It's picked off! Right at the horn! It's intercepted!
Got a flag down.
No, where is the flag? I can barely see it. No, I see the flag now. That flag is at about the 23-yard line. Excuse me, check that, the 26-yard line. And hopefully that doesn't negate the interception because that's a big-time play there for this Texas College defense. And it's not against Texas College. Count the interception. We head to the second quarter of play. Texas College football. The Rams lead 8-0. Let's see if TC can get to the end zone. We'll be back in 1 minute. You're watching Student Athletic Conference Football on the Antler Sports Network.
Hello, my name is Tarnisha.
My name's Anthony.
And we own Drip Like Jesus. Drip stands for devote, reach, influence people, just like Jesus did. Each one of our apparel has a scripture on the back that goes with the design. It's our cool way of spreading the gospel and looking fly.
We are located in Stonebriar Mall in Frisco and also online at www.driplikejesus.com. So feel free to go online and shop or come check us out in Frisco. And thank you for helping us spread the gospel.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens.
And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice.
So get all state. And be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Second quarter of play, getting ready to kick off here at Milborn Field on the campus of Allstate Episcopal. The Steers getting the interception. McDonald holding in the defensive stop, and the Steers will take back over 1st and 10. This is almost exactly where they started their last offensive possession. Instead, just a couple of yards farther back. But one thing about this passing game we've seen so far tonight, they're able to get yards in bunches. Let's see if they can open up this second quarter with a bang. Here's Sadler looking left, hit as he throws. Deep downfield for Hill. Incomplete. Almost getting to that ball yet again. It was the same man who broke up Hill's pass to the end zone. Darius Van Dyke once again showing up on defense for this Rams secondary. And it's going to be second down at 10 with 14:54 left to go in the second quarter.
I'm not a betting man, but I bet if Sadler does not get hit, that's a touchdown.
That's a much better throw. I don't know about a touchdown because Van Dyke was right there breathing along Hill's neck, but that might be a first down, maybe even more. After the incompletion, it's going to be second down now. Ball's at the 16. Sadler in the gun, back to his left. Takes a snap, looking right. Just overthrown, and it's intercepted by Texas Wesleyan. Little bit of room on the outside. That pick is hauled in by number 88, Chance Carroll. The 6'1", 190 defensive back had a pretty easy interception there, and Texas College gives the momentum right back to the Rams as they knock on the door of the end zone. It's pretty much as if as Texas Wesleyan didn't throw the ball away to begin with. This is about where they would be, barring that interception not happening, and it's going to be first down and 10 yet again for the Rams with pretty good field position. That ball is going to be on the 15-yard line. 15 yards to go into the end zone, and here comes Caesar Brown and this Texas Wesleyan Ram offense. The Rams currently sitting at a record of 5-2 in the conference, 6-2 overall. It's going to be a handoff yet again to Caesar. Caesar's met after gaining 9, and it's going to be second down and 1 after the handoff by Brown is perfectly timed. Just enough time to hand the ball off and not lose any yardage there. Instead, they'll gain 9, and with 14:24 left to go in the second quarter of play. Substitution being made for the Steer defense. 2 receivers, lone receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. Quarterback under center is going to hand it off to Caesar. Caesar breaks 2 tackles, but couldn't break the third. He is rolled up right at around the original line of scrimmage, and he's going to get no gain, and it's going to be third down and 1.
That's probably the best defensive on the run game. That's probably the best defensive play we've seen all game.
If Texas College wants to win this football game, as we talked about prior to hitting the air, they have to stop the run. We talked with Coach Del Home on the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff. As he said, their bread and butter is running the football, as we can see here, as that set up this offense to be in prime scoring position. 13 and a half left to go in this second. Handoff yet again to the outside, makes the man miss. He's got a blocker, and that's going to be might be a holding or a black on the back call as multiple flags fly, as we have another case of the flying flags. I'd say that flag might have thrown about, let's say about 10 yards maybe. 10, almost 11 yards, 10, 12. Let's call it 12 yards. Let's see what this flag will be, barring the run. Officials convening out around the 5-yard line. The players are trying to linger around the officials to get a quick hit as to what the call will be. And here comes the call from the head official. Holding penalty, double holding penalties called against Texas Wesleyan. Yard is taken away from the previous spot. After that, that'll make it second down. And the clock will roll here. 13:26 left to go. Check that. It will be third down. Here's Brown. Going to let it fly in his first passing attempt of the ball game. A little bit of Sadler action. He's going to try to take it himself. He's brought down right at around the 10-yard line. That was a heck of a tackle there to try to save points. And that'll make this next play just a tad bit easier, but Texas College has to get a stop here, as it looks like the field goal unit might try to honor the field for the Rams now as they face fourth down.
That was actually a good eye by the quarterback there. You see everyone's covered. Nobody's open, and you see the pressure's coming. You take that, you run it, and it was also good tackling by the defense. Not to do too much, go for the face mask, trying to strip the ball, get them down, prevent the first down, and then being on the field and get the offense off the field.
Here comes our first field goal of this contest. We didn't even see a PAT as the Rams went for two, giving us our 8-0 score. This kick is going to be from about 27 yards out, but the fumble snapped. And this is going to be Texas College opportunity. The kicker's trying to make a throw here, and it's incomplete. Steers will take over 1st and 10, and it's still a one-possession ball game here at Mewborn Field. Heck of a break there by the Steers on special teams. And now you might have seen why they went for two on initial possession. The long snapper just a little bit too high. The kicker, number 37, Armando Benitez, he's 6 foot, just couldn't get his arm on it. Tries to make the fall-away throw incomplete, and the Steers will take over on offense yet again with just a hair under 12.5 left to go in this second.
Something like that happened, you got to capitalize off that turnover. You just have to.
The Steers taking over almost exactly where they were before the last offensive drive for the Steers, resulting in a Sadler interception. Let's see if they can get a more positive outcome. Try to cap off this first half with some points on the board, whether it be 3 or 8. We saw a place kicker for Texas College taking some kicks earlier in this ball game. And the Texas College defense on the sideline breathing a huge sigh of relief as a long snapper gives Texas College the third offensive possession, 1st down and 10. Ball is going to be at about the 20-yard line. They're going to move the Steers back some. I don't see why. What happened? There wasn't a flag. Maybe they just moved them up too far, try to give TC a couple extra yards, but either way, they're going to move it back now. 10 yards. Look like they moved it back 10 yards. Is 1st down and 10. That's exactly what we will have. Ball's on the 10-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Do they count that as a dead play for the kicker?
Not really too sure, but either way, one thing I am sure of, here comes Sadler and the Steers, looking to see if they can continue their magic from the first offensive possession. That possession lasted a pretty good while. Saw a total of 5 first downs. Here comes Sadler looking left. Makes a throw across the middle. It's batted down yet again. Pass intended for Hill. And Hill seems to be a bit shaken up. That pass broken up by number 29, Vondrice LaFrance, the 5'9" defensive back from Plaquemine High School out of the Bayou, Louisiana. And Hill is down.
Flag on the field as well.
Flag on the field as well. As Hill gets tended to, we'll take one quick break. You're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network.
Did you know you had a Texas State bucket list must-see right in the heart of East Texas? It's Circle M Crawfish in Big Sandy, Texas. Circle M is more than just crawfish. It's home to the best deep-fried catfish in town. There's something for everybody to enjoy, including chicken fried steak, burgers, and ready for game day wings. Circle M has everything you need to have a good time with the whole family, with a gated playground to keep kiddos entertained. Circle M Crawfish on State Highway 155 in Big Sandy, Texas, home of Circle M Rivalry Week.
Back here for Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network. That last flag being a holding called against Texas College. Penalty was declined. Man in motion, and that's going to be yet another false start penalty. But the center for Texas College and Dominique Banks saying that maybe there was an offsides call against Texas Wesleyan. And it will be a false start. That false start will be called against the right tackle, number 65, Rondarius Franklin. And that'll make this this second down just a tad bit tougher. Hill on the sideline after taking that hit. Hopefully the kid's okay. He's been a big figurehead of this Steer offense, and here comes second down. Quick throw to the outside, and this could be trouble. He's got to get it out of the end zone, and he does. He's immediately hit. Goes back into the end zone. Forward progress is going to give him the 2-yard line, and that could have been danger for this Texas College offense.
If it wasn't for him making the first man miss, 2 points would have been added on the scoreboard for Texas Wesleyan.
The TFL made by Texas Wesleyan brings up third down and long to go, 11:55 left to go. They're going to call it third down and 20. Let's just call it, I know we always do this tradition on the broadcast. Let's call it third down in the Broadway Square Mall to go. Sadler puts a man in motion. Man by himself at the bottom of your screen. They're going to go to him. He's got a man downfield, and it's just over his head. Incomplete. That pass was intended for the Steer receiver, number 6, Derek Cooper. No fly zone. Coop. Is that his brother? I know you know a lot about some of these Texas College guys. Are those guys related? I feel like they have to be.
I don't really know if they're related much, but
one thing about both of them, these cats are fast. They definitely have some wheels on them, but just not fast enough to get under that Sadler throw, and that'll bring up fourth down. And 19, it was 20, but they called it 19 on the scoreboard here with 11:36 left to go. Still 8-0. The fireworks that we saw earlier on in this ball game have all but subsided. And this offensive storm has passed from both of these teams as both defenses have traditionally, as they usually do in some of these Sooner Athletic Conference games, have turned into heavyweight fighters just trying to feel each other out. The first punches were thrown were pretty hard, but neither team able to find the knockout blow. Pretty high kick, not too much distance, but might get a pretty good roll here. Takes about at the 40-yard line, and it's a live ball. Live ball brought in by Texas Wesleyan receiver number 4, Jason Price. Price already had a kickoff return for a touchdown, but not going to get in the end zone here. As the Steers touched the live ball and just couldn't come down on it to officially make the play dead, but Price will gain an extra 2 yards after picking the football up. They'll mark it at the 38-yard line, and that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Rams as they start off in amazing field position already in Steer territory. Here's Brown. One slot receiver at the top of your screen, lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. He's in the shotgun. He's got a back to his left. 11:24 left to go in the second quarter. Sears looking to rush 5, might rush more. It's going to be a handoff. Bounces off of a tackle. Still going, driving. And he gains almost 7. That's Ty Williams, the 5'9", 185-pound running back from Vermilion College, transferring from Great White, Minnesota, down to the Lone Star State. Play a little bit of football, and he makes his way after the gain of 7 to make it 2nd down and 3. One thing that we talked about Coach Delhomme during the East Texas Benefits Countdown to Kickoff, they have some small receivers, but similar to Texas College and their own bowling ball, they're small in stature, but they can get big chunks of yards. Here's Brown, shotgun snap, looking right, makes reception. He's got a first down and looking for more. Brought down at about the 10-yard line, and that pass is hauled in by Rams receiver number 11, Brandon Rolfe. Rolfe hauls it in, and that'll move the chains yet again.
Linebacker did not expect that to be thrown his way, and you could tell he missed the tackle and everything. So linebacker's got to be better. You can't bust the coverage.
Here's the snap. Rogers hands it back off to Williams. Williams looking to find something. He gains about 5, and it's going to be second down and 5 after the tackle by probably our favorite name to say. I know it's my favorite name to say. Stephen Ajibola on the tackle.
He's always there. He's a good linebacker, man. They got him on the line right now. Thought they was going to bring out the 5-man front, but we haven't seen it yet.
One thing about the Steer defense, they are definitely able to bring pressure, whether they bring 4 or 5. Your quarterback is going to be in for a pretty tough night as we cross the 10-minute mark in this second quarter of play. Here's Rogers in the gun. He's got it back to his left. The back is Williams now. One slot receiver, lone receiver at the top of your screen. It's going to be a handoff to Williams. Tries to juke him in, but he's brought down. Was that Ajibola yet again?
That man again.
And there he was. We've been saying his name pretty often so far, not just in this drive, but all night long. Ajibola on the tackle. Gets no gain, and it's going to be third down and 5 to go. And the Rams have been brought to a standstill in that run game that we talked about being so, pretty much being the straw that stirs the drink for this Wesleyan offense, has almost been halted completely so far. Here are the Rams. Handoff. Ajibola falls on the football. Texas College most likely has it. Waiting for the official signal, and they do. Stephen Ajibola already making a big case as our Thompson Tire and Services player of the game, and we're just 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Ajibola dominates that defensive possession, and the Steers come up with another turnover on the defensive side of the ball.
That was his drive right there. He was everywhere.
That was Texas Wesleyan versus Stephen Ajibola, that entire defensive drive. And he falls on the football, and Sattler and this Steer offense will come back on the field to try to get something going after going forward out on their last drive. 9:08 left to go in this second quarter. We talked about during our last break, during that injury timeout, this is going to be a ball game. This is going to be a very great game. This could be one of the most exciting games we've seen in a while. Here's Sattler in the gun now, has 2 slot receivers, has the back to his right, takes a snap, looking left. He's going to throw it to the outside. He's got a man. It's intended for Cooper, but incomplete yet again. In the vicinity for the Rams, number 25, Donovan Johnson. Just enough, I guess you could say, intimidation. I don't want to say intimidation. I feel like it's kind of a harsh descriptor in this case, but he was in the region. Definitely made that pass not as easy for Sattler, intended for Cooper, as Cooper now at the bottom of your screen. Slot receiver for Texas College is number 3, Anthony Holden. Another receiver at the top of your screen as well. Another slot receiver, that being. One back safety for the Rams. Looking to rush 4 here. They're going to rush 5. Sattler gets it out. Might have been intercepted. One-handed grab, and it is intercepted. One-handed pick made. Texas Wesleyan comes up with another interception. That's their second interception on Sattler today. And both of these offenses, I can only think of one term to describe both of these teams on the offensive side. 10 steps forward, 15 steps back.
Yeah, right there. You don't want to throw nothing wild when you're under pressure or when you're in the middle of sacking, but I felt like he felt it was going to be a safety or he was going to lose too many yards. There, you try to at least throw it out of bounds. I would say try to take the out of bounds route, but there was a good interception right there from the cornerback, one-handed. He played that very well.
I don't have a timer on me for this specifically, but how long has it been since either team has taken their respective offensive drives across midfield without either starting in opponent territory? I don't think, now that I think about it, I don't think so, as the flag is thrown right into the middle of the play. On that last carry for the Rams was number 21, Ernest Caesar. Once again, the flying flag strike yet again. Let's call that flag another 10 yards maybe. Might have been 10, 11 yards.
About 10.
Might have to put the official on the stat tracker here for yards thrown. Instead of throwing a football, he's throwing a flag, and he's definitely thrown that flag so far. That's one thing about this Southwest College Football Officials Association officiating crews. I guess they work out because they have thrown flags and not just throwing them, they are tossing them for pretty good yards. I'm surprised some of these receivers haven't tried to make the grab as a fallen steer marches off the field. That steer is number 52, Sincere Mullen. Hopefully he's okay. He gets off the field under his own power. And
chop block call here, isn't it?
Chop block called against Texas College. That'll make it half the distance to the goal and make this offensive drive that much easier for the Rams. As the clock rolls here with 8:50 left to go in this first half of play. Still 8-8 your score. Very low scoring game. Both teams having pretty good solid fan bases here at Milborn Field. I feel like this is a perfect small scale stadium. I know in the state of Texas we're used to having these huge massive cathedrals of stadiums, but an amazing view with the good old pine trees of East Texas as Rogers hands it off. It's going to be the middle of the end zone, and they are in for 6. Handoff to Caesar. And Texas Wesleyan strikes again. This time, no special teams needed. The 2-yard rush there from Caesar is into the end zone for a touchdown. And here we go with this monster formation yet again for the 2-point conversion. They're 1 for 1 so far tonight. Man in motion. Bumbles the snap. They're going to just try to simply punch it in. Big-time block laid and 5 flags thrown. Every single official has thrown the flag. If I had a flag, I would probably throw one too just out of spite. And this will probably be a targeting or backside blocker. Either way, that didn't look legal. That's one thing I can say.
Yeah, Smithers taking a hit on that one. I don't think he's feeling really good about that.
Officials picking up their laundry off of the field, and they have plenty to pick up. Every single official on the field.
10-yard flag throws right there.
10-yard throws from multiple officials there. I feel sorry for our stat keepers here behind us in the Kelly Side 2 broadcast booth, not just having to track the quarterbacks, might have to track the officials too. 8:26 still left to go in this first half of play as we still await the official ruling here as the officials convene at the 10. And here comes the call. Blindside block called against Texas Wesleyan. Penalties declined. Result of the play is a no good PAT. We won't go to break as we traditionally do since we pretty much used that break to figure out what was going on the field. 8:26 as both teams get ready to kick things back off here. Back to business as usual. Still plenty of time left in this second quarter of play. Both of the offenses have gotten pretty gritty, falling away from what gave us our initial fireworks earlier on in this ball game. As the Steers look to get their second win of the season, second overall, second in conference, they're currently sitting at a Student Athletic Conference record of 1-5, overall record of 1-6. The last game we saw here on the Antler Sports Network back on the 22nd, a manhandling from Arizona Christian with a final score of 81-19. Game before that was their first win of the season, first win of the conference year as well, a 38-34 victory on the road in Batesville, Arkansas against Lyon College. Texas Wesleyan, on the other hand, some pretty big wins already this season. They've already defeated number 20 Langston. They've already blanked Sag U and also defeated Wayland 59-16. And at one point, we're even regarded as one of the best teams in the country in the latest NAIA football rankings, not even receiving votes, but a win here could solidify that, and a win here for Texas College could bring some momentum as homecoming looms. We'll have that game on the Antler Sports Network as well, as the kick is up and away. Received at about the 10-yard line. Got a cross field here. Got a little bit of space. Flags thrown yet again. 15, 15, and 15-yard throws of flags there from these officials. As the brouhaha of laundry on the field continues, with 8:19 left to go after that kickoff return for the Steers, and let's see what the calls will be this go-round. Luckily, the officials here, we don't really need a field microphone because we can hear them here in the Kelly Sat 2 broadcast booth. I feel like everyone in Tyler, Texas knows what the official call will be. No, definitely no complaints here. Makes our jobs a lot easier.
Yeah, he's projecting very loud down there. No mic needed.
No mic needed. Officials pick up their flags yet again. I don't even know why they even have their flags in their pockets because they're throwing it so well. I wish we could have a separate camera on just the head official, how quickly they throw the flag. It's almost like the old Western shows as the illegal hit below the waist call against Texas College will push them back in 1st down and 10. But I wish we had just a nice, solid, hard camera every time they try to throw the flag out, because it's almost like the Cowboys in the old Western movies as they try to duel and draw as quickly as they can. It's what it looks like from this angle. I don't know. Maybe you see something differently, but that's what I see with 8:19 left to go in the second quarter of play. 1st down and 10. Here's Sadler and the Steers. Got them going in circles, exactly where they were on their last offensive drive, resulting in a 4 and out. Here's Sadler. Pass out to Cooper. Cooper staying on his feet. He's going to gain around 2. Might have been probably the hardest gain 2 yards in history of football. He fought through multiple Ram defenders to gain those 2 yards, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8 to go as we get to 7:52 left to go in the second quarter of play. 14-0 your score. Texas Wesleyan capping off their last offensive drive with an Ernest Caesar 3-yard rush. The 2-point conversion, the monster formation, no good. They're currently sitting at 1 and 2 on 2-point conversions in this ball game. And that's what leads us to this point. 7.5 left to go now. Play clock sitting at 13. Here's Sadler. Takes the snap. Looking left. Scott resistance. Steps up in the pocket. Has a man across the middle. It's Cooper, and it's dropped yet again. That would have been a 1st down. Intended for Cooper. Pass at about the 25-yard line. And it's incomplete yet again, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for Texas College.
You know, we got a saying in 4 words: if you can touch it, you can catch it. And so far, Cooper's been touching the ball, but he hasn't been bringing it down. He has to change that because he is getting open, but he can't make them hurt from him dropping the ball all the time.
All these 2 receivers, one thing I can say, no matter even last week against Arizona Christian, they may be dropping the ball here on what we might think are easy throws. At the end of the day, we do have the eye in the sky, but they're definitely getting great jumps off the line of scrimmage. That's one thing we can say they've done consistently. Lone receiver at the top of your screen, 3 receivers bunched up at the bottom. Here's Sadler in the gun, has a back to his right. Check that back to his left. He's got pressure, rolling out. He's got to get the football away. He's brought down inside the 10-yard line. Check that inside the 5. Tackle made by the middle linebacker. Check that. The defensive lineman, Joshua Bostic. Bostic getting behind the line of scrimmage, bringing down Sadler. Sadler unable to get the football away, and that'll bring up 4th down and 18 after the TFL. And that is a great defensive possession for Texas Wesleyan as they at the 6:50 mark in this first half.
What's crazy about Bostic is he didn't really start the game, but when they brought him in, when they were way back there, I think they needed more speed. Bostic must be their speed rusher when they need to get Sadler as fast as they can.
And they've done that relatively well so far. This Steer offense, that firepower that we saw early in the first quarter, we've seen almost no resemblance of it. The Rams looking like they're going to send the house, and they do. It's line drive kick. Takes a hit at the 30. Takes a pretty good Texas College roll, and is hauled in at the 40. Here comes Price. Price crosses the 30, gets to about the 25. They're going to mark him at the 26. And that's where the Rams will take over 1st and 10 yet again, starting off with amazing field position. I feel like this game, ever since around the 3-minute mark of the first quarter, has just been the same thing for both of these teams over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, a lot of struggling offense, a lot of good defense here, a lot of good defense there. Sometimes bad defense, sometimes good defense. They were driving the field the full length, but now it's kind of coming to a standstill when it comes to the stat sheet.
This is what we like to call trench warfare. But in football style, 6:21, check that left to go in this first half of play, 14-0. Rams hold the 2-possession advantage. Here's Rogers under center. He's got a tight end to his right. Lone receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. They have one back now. They got to fake the handoff. Ajibola is going to try to get to him. No flag called. Pass is caught at the 10-yard line. Pass hauled in by number 14 for the Rams. Number 14 being Terrell T.J. Curtis, not T.J. Hookfin. Looking very Hookfin-esque, however. And that'll move the chains. 1st down and goal. Ball's at the 10-yard line now for the Rams as we hit the 6:10 mark in the first half. 30 seconds on the play clock. 6 minutes on the game clock. Rogers has it back to his right. Takes a shotgun snap. Rolls out right. Looking in the end zone. Pass was intended for number 81, Caleb McKinney, the 6'1 tight end, part-time fullback from Lindsay High School, the sophomore. Just couldn't get a hand on it, even try to attempt to go for the football. After the incompletion, that'll make it 2nd down and goal. And let's see if Texas College can make a stop on defense, as we've seen them do multiple times, not just this game, but this entire season. This Texas College defense, as we've seen, is able to make big-time stops when they can, especially when they have a certain linebacker slash defensive lineman who wears a particular number 44. He's got the fumble recovery on the last couple possessions ago. And the flags fly yet again. Only one flag thrown this time. Only one flag. Let's see what the official call will be. Offsides called against Texas College. I'll make this second down and goal just a tad bit easier for the Rams. And I'm not a betting man, but I'm assuming they're probably going to either hand the ball off to Caesar or Williams, or Rogers might just try to keep it himself.
I think the run game might be very implemented with CJ. Oh.
Here's the handoff. To the outside, trotting into the end zone is Caesar. But flags are thrown yet again. 2 or 3 flags. But the touchdown is called off as we get ready to hit 5:45 left to go in this first half of play. I feel like we've seen more yellow on the field come from the officials than we see on the yellow of the numerals and lettering on the Steer uniform so far this evening.
Yeah, flags have been thrown from both teams more often than usual.
This has been a very gritty game for both of these teams.
Costly flag there for Texas Wesleyan.
Holding call against Texas Wesleyan, and that'll push them back just a tad bit more after the offsides call from against Texas College. The previous play has pretty much been negated, and that'll pretty much send them back to where they were originally. This time the ball is going to be placed on, let's call it around the 11-yard line now. Second down and goal. Pass is bobbled by Rogers, going to keep it himself. He stumbles his way forward to gain a yard. And he goes from the 12 to the 11 now, and that'll make it third down. It is a big third down for the Texas College defense. If they can make a stop here and force the Rams to take 3 in a kicking game for Texas Wesleyan that's already bobbled 1 snap, this could be a pretty big defensive possession here for the Steer defense. Cam will ask you to give me a couple of scores, give us a couple of scores from the college football landscape in a few moments here, but let's get this third down over with first. Third down and goal, 11 yards to go. Ball on the 11, 5-11 left to go in the first half of play. Check that, 14-0 your score. Steers down 2 possessions, but still have plenty of time to get back into this football game and even take a commanding lead of their own. Caesar, about 7 yards behind his quarterback. They're going to fake the handoff, and they got pressure on him. No flag called. Here's Rogers, and the ball hits the ground before it's hauled in by number 42, Cameron Chapman, but flags were thrown by the side judge there on the bottom of your screen. And this could be a 50-50 call on really either.
I think it might be somebody might have clipped or something.
Might have been clipping, or might have been a block in the back. As here goes the official call from around the 5-yard line from our head official from the Southwest College Football officiating crew. As we hear a very excited Texas College Steer fan to our left here in Milbourne Field. I'm getting word that is the Sports Information Director, Justin Jackson. We'll be getting, I'll call him my bald buddy from now on. As we talk with him during the Allstate Moody Agency halftime report. Holding call against the Steers of Texas College. And that'll make it half the distance to the goal. A fresh set of downs. Check that, and it'll be first down and goal. That's a big-time mistake there for Texas College. Looks like it might have been a block in the back against Texas Wesleyan. But no foul call. It was a hold call made, however, as we hit the 4:40 mark in the first half. Here come the Rams yet again. First and goal from the 5 as they knock on the door. Rogers, handoff to Williams. He's got a one-on-one to the outside, nothing but the end zone. Pylon gets knocked down, and they're going to call him out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Great job by the Steer defense to chase him out of bounds before he crosses the plane.
He has some very good speed on him to break to the outside, even though he saw 3 people in front of him and beat all of them almost to the end zone.
Let's see if they can try to continue to punch in the end zone here as this drive continues. Clock moving now. 4:20 left to go in the second quarter. Here's the snap under center from Rogers. Gives it in the middle. Hands off is going to be into the end zone. No official call yet. Could be an end zone, could be into the end zone for a touchdown, but we don't know. The call there on that last run was Ernest Caesar. Guess who? We've said plenty of his name tonight. Penalty is declined. Call against Texas College. The original call on the field stands. Touchdown, Texas Wesleyan. I would love to get a time of possession for both of these teams at the half. We'll try to get that on the All-State Moody Agency halftime report. As the PAT, the 2-point conversion, is into the end zone and good. Your new score. With 4:16 left to go in this second quarter. The Rams 22, the Steers nothing. Back after this break, you're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network. Back here at Mewborn Field on the campus of All Saints Episcopal in Tyler, Texas for this presentation of Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network after the Caesar 3-yard touchdown run puts the Rams back on the board, giving us our current score of 22-0. And the Steers have to respond on offense here. They cannot leave this possession empty-handed as the kick is up and away, taken at about the 5-yard line. And here we go again. Run to the outside, going across the numbers, makes one man miss, makes another man miss, but he's met by a host of Rams, led by number 37, Armando Benitez, the kicker, getting in there saying, you know what, if you guys can't bring him down, I guess I'll do it myself.
Usually don't see the kicker beat everyone down the field, but he was able to get down there fast.
Pat McAfee-esque on that last tackle. 4:07 left to go in this first half. As the Steelers will take back over on offense, first down at 10, and it's put up or shut up time for head coach Gerald Jackson in this offense. They have to get something on the board here. I know we always talk about there's plenty of time, but with the way that Texas Wesleyan has eaten at this clock, he looks like me at CC's when their $4.99 buffet is going down. They are eating away at this clock bit by bit running this football, and Texas College has to score now before time is no longer on their side. First down to 10 is able to take over at the 24-yard line. Here's Sadler, 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen, low receiver at the right. He's got a back to his right. Handoff up the middle to the bowling ball, and consistent as always, gains around 4. They're going to call that a gain of 4. It's going to be second down and 6. And here we go now. Clock still ticking. 3:50 left to go in the second quarter. Play clock at 30 seconds. Offense gets the play call from the coordinators and head coach Gerald Jackson. Of course, Oklahoma standout, product of legendary Coach Stoops. The Sooners of Oklahoma looking to lead the rebuild of this Texas College Steer football program. Here's Sadler in the gun. Takes a snap. Looking. He's got it back to the outside, and it's caught. He's got a little bit of space on the block, and it's going to be a holding call. That hold is going to be against Cooper, to very much to his dismay. Hopefully, you see the official there clutching the flag yet again. Almost was going to give him a sportsmanlike conduct call, but he stops, and that'll most likely send the Steers back just a tad bit more, and that could have been a big-time play for this Steer offense if the call is against Cooper and the Steer defense, as we suspect.
I don't think that's a good call by the refs right there. Cooper was blocking like any other wide receiver, which really you don't see a lot of wide receivers blocking. He was actually had him right here in front of him. Not a lot of outside grabbing. Think the refs was just seeing things.
Well, I hate to play devil's advocate here, but the Rams defensive back on that play, I want to say it was Jamarian Reed on our roster here. He did have his uniform on the other side of his pad, so maybe that was a big-time thing there. I see you sniggling. You're trying to make a case there. I understand. I fully get it. But after the flag, it's second down. Going to be a bit more. After that run is completely negated. Clock rolling here. 3:18 left to go. Here comes the Steer offense. Same formation as the previous play. This time, the running back to Sattler's left. Here's a snap. Sattler looking right, rolls out left. Going to have to make a big-time throw here. Gets it out, and it's almost picked off. Multiple Rams could have had a hand on it, and that's going to bring up third down. 2 Rams had an opportunity to get it, but Vondres LaFrance had the last opportunity to get it, but couldn't bring it in, and a big-time break there by the Steer offense. Sattler might just have to throw the football away. That's the third time he's forced to pass in that exact situation. He's already got him picked off twice and almost had a third interception there, as 2:57 shows in the first half. And Texas Wesleyan leaves them, as I always say, leaves chicken on the bone there on that last defensive play, not coming away with the interception.
I was actually kind of confused with wide receivers. There was 2 there. I don't know who the ball was intended for, but it was a nice pass from Sattler, even being under pressure.
I like to see him try to get the football away. We've seen him do it last week against Arizona Christian. Just save your body, save the play, and most importantly, save your turnover to touchdown ratio. Here's Sattler in the gun. Takes a snap. Looking right. He's got a man in the flat. Intended for Cooper. Had a man right in front of him. Draped all over him. His uniform was 50% white for that possession. As Texas Wesleyan makes a defensive stop yet again. On the play was LaFrance. Again, he's been all over the defensive front for this this Texas Wesleyan defense. And that'll bring up fourth down.
Yeah, LaFrance playing in front of him. There, the wide receiver actually had to turn it to a defender there to smack the ball out of his hand for being in the interception.
Now, that ball was a tad bit high. I feel like that would have been more of a 50-50 ball. I'd say that was a 60-40 ball. Let's call it that. 2:50 left to go, and as the punting unit comes on in the field for Texas College, Texas Wesleyan not rushing as much as they usually would. A line drive kick crosses midfield. Brought in and slips on his own footing there. Is Price on the punt return. As you may recall, early in the first quarter to open up this game and gave us the initial 8-0 score for Texas Wesleyan, running a punt back into the end zone for a touchdown with 2:42 left to go. A tackle made by Rondarius Franklin, the linebacker, offensive lineman, doing double duty on special teams. And let's see if Texas College can hold the Rams out of the end zone. And this could be, I don't want to say this is game deciding, but this was definitely a deciding possession for both of these teams. First down and 10. Ball to 43. Here's Rogers. Rogers looking right. He's got a man across the middle of the field, and he's got him. That's a heck of a throw across the middle of the field. Brought down at around the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him at the, let's call it the 37-yard line. They're going to mark him down. Looks like he might have got the 35, but either way, it's first down and 10, and the Rams wasting no time looking very Steer-esque, getting back in line of scrimmage. Here's Rogers. Takes a shotgun snap. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Makes a couple of Steer defenders miss. Still getting pushes. Might have got to the first down marker, but it's going to be second down and short. And the Rams here showing that they can throw the ball and also run the football west on that last carry.
I don't know about you, but I don't think they're going to be throwing the ball the rest of this drive.
As we hit the 2-minute mark now, 22-0 your score. Here's Rogers. Rogers calling your bluff. Looked like he might have been a pass interference call as Cooper, but looks like he might have got a couple extra fingertips onto the back of the receiver. The intended receiver is number 11, Rolfe. That was his second target of the ball game, and that's a minute 53 left to go in this first half of play. Steer defense an opportunity to have a little bit of change left on the clock if they can get a defensive stop here. That's if the Rams don't take control in their own right on offense and make a stand here on offense. Third down and short. Rogers has a slot receiver to his left, back to his right. Here's the handoff. He immediately meets the Steer defender. He gets the first down and a couple extra cents more. That last run by Nick David West. And that's going to be a timeout called by Texas Wesleyan. That's their first timeout, and we'll take that timeout with them. You're watching Texas College Steer Football on the Antler Sports Network.
A car is one of the most important purchases you'll ever make. It's how you drive to work, how you take the kids to school, and how you get to some of life's biggest moments. Why not treat your car as such? Visit Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler on 3021 South Bonner Avenue. Joe Thompson and his team of professionals bring decades of under-the-hood experience to ensure that your car runs at its best. Any make, any model, Thompson Tire and Services is the only place to get the best service for your car in the entire East Texas area. Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler, proud sponsor of the Antler Sports Network.
Hello.
back after the timeout. Both teams in their respective huddles. 1:44 left to go. The Rams call a timeout as they face a fresh set of downs and plenty of time to get into the end zone. We know this Texas Wesleyan rush game is definitely able to put points on the board. But Cam, do you have a couple scores on our college football scoreboard?
Oh, yeah, we actually got a couple right now. Kentucky versus Tennessee, number 3 Tennessee at that, 27-6. Tennessee is winning. USC versus Arizona. USC, number 10, is barely winning right now in the third quarter, 17-16 in Arizona. Michigan State, 7. Number 4, Michigan, winning 13-7.
Thank you, Cam, for those scores. Fakes the handoff to West. Here comes Rogers. Rogers almost got brought down by Ajibola. Spike throw, incomplete. And Texas College holds on yet again. That'll stop the clock and give them plenty of time. That pass was intended for number 2, Elise Thomas.
I wish we had an instant replay. I want to see how he got open like that.
Thaddeus Williams luckily able to make up for it and bat the football away and bring up this second down and 10. 22-0 your score. 1:37 left to go in this first half of play. Texas College has to get a stop on defense here and has to get it pretty quickly and make sure that Texas Wesleyan doesn't munch off too much of this clock as they've done majority of this game. West back at the tailback position here. He's to Rogers' left. Here's a handoff to him, and it's going to be a flag and push Texas Wesleyan back a bit more. False start called, and Texas Wesleyan seems to be fumbling here. Not actually fumbling the football, but is fumbling this offensive possession. As officials whistle the play dead.
Stop the clock!
The officials are trying to get the clock stopped here. They try to get this flag. False start called against Texas Wesleyan.
It hurts to have your quarterback try to get them offsides and you get your home players offsides.
It's one of the, I guess you can call that the okie doke of football. You know, the okie doke of basketball is you come out at the half, try to think that they're going the other way on offense to open up the half. I guess the okie doke is trying to force an offsides, but you get false start called on yourself. After the flag is going to be second down at a country mile. Second down and about Chicken Express here on loop 323 to go for the Rams of Texas Wesleyan after the flag. Going to mark the ball at the 31-yard line, and here comes Rogers. He has David West, the running back, the tailback to his right side. Got a slot receiver at the top of your screen. Here's Rogers, takes a snap. It's going across the outside, and it's almost picked up by Coop, but it's knocked down. No-fly zone Coop. I would say it's probably your favorite player on this Steer defense.
He's got to be, man. He's playing good football. Cornerbacks is so hard to judge off because cornerback can fall off so easily. Right there, he's playing stellar football for the last couple of weeks, and right there he's showcasing that he's one of them.
Him and Ajibola might be the two defenders battling it out for the Thompson Tire and Service Player of the Game with a minute and a half left to go in this first half of play. Be sure to keep it here. We'll have our halftime report brought to you by Allstate and the Moody Agency and Frenchie Jones and Tyler. Allstate, are you in good hands? Let's see if this Texas College State defense is in good hands with Cooper and Ajibola at the helm. Here comes Rogers at the shotgun snap. It's going to be a screen. It's going to be for West. West is bobbles it, flag thrown, and he's laid down by the corner, number 33, Trevion Brown. Brown with a big-time hit, but a flag is thrown at the 35-yard line, and this could be a big uh-oh for Texas College. It's a 50-50 call. I couldn't really see what was nothing really too out of sorts, just a big-time play, but let's see. That's why the officials get paid. It looks like it's signaling a holding call against Texas Wesleyan. I'm going to put my money up that they're going to decline it, and that's exactly what it is, but let's wait for the official call from the head referee at around midfield as he stands on the All Saints Trojan logo at midfield. And that's exactly what it is. Holding called against Texas Wesleyan. Penalty is declined, and that'll bring up fourth down. And we saw the field goal kicker for Texas Wesleyan knock down field goals from 35, 45 yards out. Minute 15 left to go. Do you try to go for a field goal here? Looks like they might stay on the field. Still, offense is still on the field. They're looking on the sideline to try to get the final call. And it is fourth down. Doesn't look like they're going to try to bring the field goal unit out. They might try to take a stab at this thing with a minute 15 left.
I mean, like you said, the kicker they have, I don't see why they don't try to get 3 add points on the board. You already trusting your defense enough. They've been getting able to get stops and get the offense back on the field in the last couple of drives. Go on and let your kicker go out there, kick it up, get your defense out there and stop them, and then take it to the half.
Well, to their credit, they haven't kicked a PAT all ball game. The Monster formation has worked relatively well. I want to say they're 2 for 3 on 2-point conversions out of that formation so far this evening. And it looks like the Ram offense is going to try to stay on the field here. After the flag is fourth down to Chicken Express to go.
I don't know what type of play you got cooked up for something like this. 4th and super long. That have to be a credible play you got sitting, like a secret play in your playbook here.
Or maybe just take a stab down the field. No, it looks like they're just going to bring the field goal unit out. So it's like what they might try to do here, try to go for 3. If the Texas College defense doesn't have anyone back to try to bring this thing back in case the kick is short. Or they might even try to, are they going to go for the field goal? They might try to punt it and try to pin back Texas College inside the 5. This is a pretty gutsy call. Back to do the kicking duties is Gregory Blazer. Going to try to blaze a kick inside maybe the 10, maybe the 5. If you can even try to get a punt that perfect. And a delay of game call against the Rams will maybe try to make this kick easier. Short field, but you're trying to pin the Steers back and make this minute 24 possession. Probably going to be a minute 20 barring this kick. Just a tad bit harder. Substitution being made coming back into the ball game is TJ Hookfin going to be back deep. We know one thing. He is definitely electric with his legs, can make things happen with his arm and with his legs. Let's see what they'll try to do. The Rams still looking on their sideline. Maybe head coach Joe Delhomme doesn't know what he wants to do either. Excuse me, Joe Prudhomme. Check that.
I think they're going for a block.
So Texas College is going to try to bring the house. I'd try to maybe even give Hoopkins some extra support if they're going to try to pin him. Here's the kick, a very high kick. If they can get a bounce, this a heck of a Texas College bounce at that. An amazing Texas College bounce, and it's going to be at about the 20-yard line. Check that. It's going to be at the 19-yard line, first down and 10. And Sadler in the offense has a bit of breathing room, a lot more breathing room than probably the Rams would initially intend to give them, with 1:12 left to go in this first half.
Trying to bring out your 2-minute offense, man.
Really, just a 1-minute offense. You don't even have 2 minutes left. You're minute 12. I don't think there is a minute 12 offense.
I don't think there is either.
I don't know. Maybe they can try to prove us wrong here. Steers take back over. The bowling ball. Williams back in at running back. 2 slot receivers. Even receivers to both sides of Sadler. 1 safety back deep for Texas Wesleyan. That's Chance Carroll. The 6'1", 190-pound defensive back from Edna Carr High School. The redshirt senior from Louisiana. Sadler takes a snap. Looking. He's got the bowling ball. Let's see what he can do with the football. Mows a man down at the 25-yard line, and that's why they call him the bowling ball. Knocking down defenders. That makes it second down and 10. As we get inside of 1 minute here, as they rush back to the line. Steers have all their timeouts. Texas Wesleyan has 2. Here's Sadler. Same formation. Sadler looking to his left. Steps up, makes the throw. He's got Hook for quarterback to quarterback. That's going to be a first down and move the chains and stop the clock momentarily. With 41.7 left to go, barring the officials telling them to start the clock after they move the chains. And they will stop it. Timeout called by head coach Jackson. The Steers, and we'll take it with them. 22-0, the Rams ahead. Back after this break on the Antler Sports Network.
Hello, my name is Tarnisha.
My name's Anthony.
And we own Drip Like Jesus. Drip stands for devote, reach, influence people, just like Jesus did. Each one of our apparel has a scripture on the back that goes with the design. It's our cool way of spreading the gospel and looking fly.
We are located in Stonebriar Mall in Frisco and also online at www.driplikejesus.com. So feel free to go online and shop or come check us out in Frisco. And thank you for helping us spread the gospel.
The rules of the road must be taught the proper way to ensure the highways and byways of the great state of Texas are safe for generations to come. If you're a teen or young adult looking to gain a license or just looking to refine your knowledge and skills, Tyler Rose Driving Center is the gold standard to getting the best behind the wheel results no matter your age or experience. Schedule classes over the phone at 903-535-7777. Tyler Rose Driving Center, located in the Green Acre Shopping Center next to Little Caesars, committed to safety, satisfaction, and service with a smile.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line of this presentation of Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network. The Steers take over first and 10 after the hook from reception and Jarrell Jackson Steer timeout. Here's Sadler. Going to throw one intended for Cooper. Had his hands on it. Flacked on by the backside official. Pass interference. And Cooper's got that one back. He got called for a holding call there, and it looks like another flag was thrown. And it is going to be pass interference called against the Rams of Texas Wesleyan. And this might be the best opportunity they've had in a pretty good while since Jesus was a pup, as my grandfather would say, with 37 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Tack on 15 as Sadler marches back onto the field. Sadler, a pass recipient of the Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week. Official signals first down. Move those chains yet again. Plenty of time for this electric Texas College Tier offense, especially the way they like to throw the football downfield in big play situations. Double receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. Two slot receivers back. It's going to be bowling ball to its left. It's going to be pass out of bounds. That's an amazing throw. Officials call it complete. Hauled in by Holden. Holden holds down to the football. Number 3 with the reception. 33 seconds left. And it seems to be an injured Ram on the field. He tries to get back up under his own power. The injured Ram there is number 44, Colby Adams, the 6'1", 245 defensive lineman from guess where? Tyler Junior College. As the Steers are currently taking on the Rangers of Kilgore College at Christian Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium as he gets up under his own power. And the Steers are reeling here, first down and 10. This Rams defense is scrambling to try to get a stop on defense.
Yeah, it's crazy. The Rams defense changed to a 3-man front to add more cornerbacks to the defense, and it seems that they still can't stop the pass game, and it's getting worse.
If Texas College can get open space off the line of scrimmage the way they have, it's fair game. It's very fair game. A lot of playbook for Sadler Jackson in this offense. Here is Sadler. Takes a snap. Looking right. He's got a man wide open. It's Holden. Holden makes a man miss. He gets out of bounds. 25 seconds left. First out again, Texas College.
Sadler taking his time. He's looking. He's watching. He sees everything, but he sees that specifically. He's wide open, and he makes the pass perfectly.
Baby Ben might be growing up to, I don't want to say Big Ben, so let's call him Medium Ben.
Medium Ben.
Medium Ben. After the completion from Sadler to Holden, 25 seconds left. It's first down and 10 yet again. The Steers knocking on the door on offense. Let's see if they can convert. Sadler, Scott Williams to his right. Looking left. Has a man. It's caught inside the 10-yard line. First down yet again. It's first and goal. The Steers with a perfect offensive possession. Hookfin, quarterback to quarterback. He is the Swiss Army knife for this offense, and they call timeout. Back in 30 seconds. Will the Steers score? Let's find out after this break. 22-0, the Rams ahead. You're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network.
The rules of the road must be taught the proper way to ensure the highways and byways of the great state of Texas are safe for generations to come. If you're a teen or young adult looking to gain a license or just looking to refine your knowledge and skills, Tyler Rose Driving Center is the gold standard to getting the best behind the wheel results no matter your age or experience. Schedule classes over the phone at 903-535-7777. Tyler Rose Driving Center, located in the Green Acre Shopping Center next to Little Caesars, committed to safety, satisfaction, and service with a smile.
Back after the timeout, both teams apparently leave their respective huddles. 19.3 seconds left to go. Texas College will take over first down and goal from the 4-yard line as Texas Wesleyan and their defense has pretty much lost the initial steam that they had to start off this ball game. Now struggling to stop the reeling TC offense. Now, Cam, you talked about how you were confident in this team before. Looks like they're proving you right. 19 seconds left to go. Both teams still in their timeout. A little bit of a longer timeout than usual. I guess if you have the opportunity, why not take the time? I know they're pretty tired out there. It's pretty chilly.
Yeah, very crucial moment too. There's a lot of pressure rising. Everybody's got their stomachs dropping if they don't score. They got to score before they don't get the ball back at halftime.
As we say on the Antler Sports Network, big-time players make big-time plays. Let's see what big-time player makes a big-time play here. First down and goal on the 4-yard line. Sadler approaching his offensive lineman, giving commands. The Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week just 2 weeks prior to their contest against Arizona Christian. Commanding his troops, head coach Jarrell Jackson, Oklahoma Sooner product, looking to turn this product around, looking to turn this program around. Check that. Sadler has a lone receiver at the top of your screen, stack receivers at the bottom of your screen. Hookfin, the slot receiver, almost at a tight end, about 3 yards away from the right tackle, Rondarius Franklin, number 65. I don't know what we're waiting on here, but I don't know about you, but let's get this thing going. This is a big-time play. I want to see what happens. What are we doing here? Let's go. Let's start the heat up some here.
Ref stopping something. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Seem to be good to go here. Official instructs the play clock to start. And let's see if the Steers can score. Sadler putting Holden in motion. Looking right. Goes to the end zone. His Hookfin. Hookfin makes a man miss. Turns the corner at the 2 and he's brought down. Fantastic stop by Texas Wesleyan as he's brought down at the 2-yard line. Timeout, Texas College. We'll take that timeout with him. After the gain of 2, when we come back, it's going to be 2nd down and 2. Steers still knocking on the door. 22-0 Rams. Back after this break, you're watching Steer Football on the Antler Sports Network.
You work hard to protect the things you love, your car, your home, and your financial future. East Texas Benefits will work just as hard to ensure your protection during these trying times. Our experts are trained to find the best policies tailored to any budget, but at the best insurance agency in Tyler by the people who make us who we are. Book a free consultation today at easttexasbenefits.com. East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. A Better Business Bureau A+ accredited business.
9.8 seconds left to go. It's Steers facing 2nd down and goal. Ball on the 2-yard line. They can pretty much smell the end zone. Pretty much how you can smell the humidity outside after all the rain that we've gotten here in East Texas. 22-0 your score. The Rams looking to hold on to their lead. This will probably be the final or one of the final 2 plays of this first half. Let's see if the Steers can, head coach Jarrell Jackson can leave into the locker room with a little bit of pep in their step if they see if they can get in the end zone. Moving receivers.
Trip. Yep, 3 wide receivers on one side.
Trips, including the dynamic receiving duo Holden and Hookfin at the top of your screen. Garrett, the running back to the right of Sadler. Lone receiver at the bottom of your screen is Cooper. Cooper cuts across the middle of the end zone, and he's batted down again. Great defensive play by the Ram defensive back number 25, Donovan Johnson. As they try to look for Cooper again as he tried to slant across the middle of the field with 6.7 left, and it's going to be 3rd down and goal. Picture-perfect goal line defense so far by the Texas Wesleyan defense. Texas College, they got to make something happen here. I feel like this is bowling ball time. Now, I don't want to say in my expert opinion, but I say this is bowling ball time, especially after he ran a man down around the 25-yard line, earning in the drive. Let's see if he can get it in himself. You got 2 more opportunities, but Garrett steps back into the backfield for Texas College. Hookfin at the top of your screen. He's a slot receiver. The other slot receiver at the bottom of your screen is Holden. Here's Sadler. Sadler looking at the end zone, and it's caught! At the end zone, flag thrown!
But I think that flag might be against Texas Wesleyan.
Pass complete. What a play! Flag throw, most likely going to be a pass interference against Texas Wesleyan. I'm not a betting man, but I say they'd probably decline that penalty. We'll see what the officials rule it here as Texas College makes the personnel change and Sadler walks off onto the sideline. Almost Kawhi Leonard-esque, 0 emotion shown. Making that kind of a play, I don't think I'd be able to walk off the field as composed as he did.
One of the best celebrations. Stay like, act like you've been here.
Act like you've been here. And Texas College gets into the end zone. And that opens up the scoring for the Steers, and the Steer offense has new life. Barring the PAT, it's 22-6 now with 0.8 seconds left to go. Of course, the flag being declined. Cooper with one of the plays of the night, arguably the plays of the season. That's a heck of a grab by the young man there. Here's something you don't see every day. Texas College going for a PAT kick. This will be the first PAT we've seen from really either of these teams.
Got a new kicker. It looks like they trust him.
Saw him prior to this game. He was knocking out extra points with relative ease. Let's see if he can do it here when the lights are the brightest. 0.8 seconds left. Face mask call. Check that. It wasn't pass interference. Face mask called against Texas Wesleyan. Penalty is declined. The initial ruling stands. Touchdown Steers. 22-6 your score. The Steers have new life. Official blows his whistle. Looks like we got ourselves a left-footed kicker. We got left-footed quarterbacks and left-footed kickers. Here's the boot. Almost blocked. Mata went through it. No, just out, no good. And the score will stand. 0.8 seconds left. I don't think too much is going to happen, but let's find out. Back up to this timeout. You're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network. After the Cooper touchdown reception, the Steers are on the board, 22-6 after the missed PAT, 0.8 seconds left to go. The Steers will kick things back off to the Rams. 0.8 seconds, I don't expect too much, but we have seen a lot happen in a very small amount of time broadcasting these games. The penalty, of course, the face mask penalty will be enforced on this kickoff. The Steers will tee things up right at midfield in the blue and white Trojan logo as we are in Newborn Field on the campus of All Saints Episcopal School, home of the Trojans. Most of the long-time ASN viewers are very familiar with the Trojans. We've done multitude of their basketball games. Might even try to get another basketball game coming up this season. Basketball season is around the corner. Personally, I'm excited. I like basketball season. Football is great, but there's nothing wrong with the hardwood, specifically the air conditioning for the players. As an onside kick is taken by the Rams, and that'll be the end of the first half of play, and it's halftime. Your score, after 2 quarters of play, the Steers 6, the Rams 22. It's time for the Allstate Moody Agency Halftime Report brought to you by Allstate. Are you in good hands?
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear all game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I can show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem like me.
The rules of the road must be taught the proper way to ensure the highways and byways of the great state of Texas are safe for generations to come. If you're a teen or young adult looking to gain a license or just looking to refine your knowledge and skills, Tyler Rose Driving Center is the gold standard to getting the best behind the wheel results no matter your age or experience. Schedule classes over the phone at 903-535-7777. Tyler Rose Driving Center, located in the Green Acre Shopping Center next to Little Caesars, committed to safety, satisfaction, and service with a smile. A car is one of the most important purchases you'll ever make. It's how you drive to work, how you take the kids to school, and how you get to some of life's biggest moments. Why not treat your car as such? Visit Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler on 321 South Bonner Avenue. Joe Thompson and his team of professionals bring decades of under-the-hood experience to ensure that your car runs at its best. Any make, any model, Thompson Tire and Services is the only place to get the best service for your car in the entire East Texas area. Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler, proud sponsor of the Antler Sports Network.
Okay, welcome into the Allstate Moody Agency Halftime Report as we hit the halfway mark on the campus of All Saints Episcopal in Newborn Stadium as the Texas College Steers host the Rams of Texas Wesleyan in a Sooner Athletic Conference matchup. With us in the halftime show is Texas College Sports Information Director Justin Jackson, a man that I've become very familiar with over not just these past couple of weeks and months, but really over the past couple of years as the revamping of Texas College this go round on the athletic side. A lot goes into your job, not just on game days, but prior to it. You know, homecoming's coming up, not just a big event for the athletics department, but for the entire school. Kind of talk about what goes into your job and why you think you're important to the school.
Well, I think I'm important to the school mainly because I love chasing stats. Not to mention that, but I want our athletes to get the best recognition possible. As you say, we're revamping the school. We're trying to get this thing back to a digital, see it from the house situation. We want to make our parents be able to turn on the tube and see their children. Now, this tube may be YouTube, but whatever gets the job done at this point. Also, the pre-gaming has been fun because now the students, it's given them a chance to see the other sides of professional sports. So now our athletes don't have to just dream about being a professional athlete. They can dream about being a professional sports information tech or sports information statistician, or just a regular guy that wants to be behind the camera and getting us the best shots.
Now, of course, the Antler Sports Network has had the honor of streaming all of your home football games Talk about the importance of having any kind of coverage, really, for a school that's rebuilding. Of course, there are a lot of schools around the country, really around the world, that are trying to start from the ground up. But to be able to have those resources available, as you said, to the parents and to the athletes, talk about how social media, how technology is important to rebuilding a school, not just from the athletic standpoint, but really from a cultural aspect as well.
Well, the biggest advertisement that any college can have is the actual students that go to that school. With that being said, these students will communicate by text, by Facebook, by Snapchat, by Instagram to their roommates, let alone to their parents. So that's the first thing that we need to tackle is social media. We need to have a presence, and our presence needs to be, how can we say, in everyone's feed, if you will. And then moving right along, that also opens up the communication better with the parents. Now the parents know who they can contact. Okay, well, I know Coach Jackson is busy, so let me talk to Mr. Jackson. I know Mr. Jackson is busy. Well, that Jones fella is available. So it gives us more mediums and medias for them to actually contact us and get caught up, know what's going on here on campus. But that also works for our alumni as well. Our alumni contribute quite a bit than most other alumni in such NAIA schools. So this right now is kind of the best, especially for our COVID precaution alumnus. They can stay at home and still reach out and communicate and see their favorite school on whatever platform they're looking for.
Now, let's kind of talk about the most hectic time of the year for you, homecoming week. I know there's a lot of stuff playing. You have the schedule in front of you here, and a lot of things the Antler Sports Network will also be bringing to Steer viewers during our broadcast of the homecoming football game between the Steers and Louisiana Christian. Talk about what you have from your standpoint. What's in store? What can we expect from homecoming week?
Well, I'm going to do something that a lot of people don't do. We have to remind everyone that Texas College is not just a private school, but we're a Christian school started by the Methodist Church. So we're going to open up our homecoming week with a great prayer and gospel explosion. This is going to follow directly right after our coordination. Our coordination is going to acknowledge who Mrs. Texas College is. It's going to show us our homecoming court, and we're going to go from there right into the church. Our gospel explosion will be delivered by Dr. Jamal Bryant, the pastor of the New Birth Church in Atlanta. They're going to come down and put on more than a concert. We're going to have a worship service, if you will, because people have to remember that Texas College is still a Christian school. And as our president always says, Jesus Christ is still the maker and the true runner of our lives. So we will follow that to the T. Moving forward after that, our students are going to get together and have a flip day, if you will, our Powder Puff games. So all of our non-athletes will get a chance to get a good show on the field and let everyone know that they can do more than just play PlayStation and PUBG, if you will, on the mobile game side. And then we're going to flip that, and we're going to let some of our athletes get a good chance to play some of our PUBG mobile game experts and let them understand that their skill is not just on the field, their skill in the classroom and on these cell phones and on these video games as well. We're moving right on to our Honda Campus All-Star Challenge. This is our trivia team, and we have one of the best in the entire nation. Honda has put together an all-star challenge where 99 of the HBCUs come together and we see who's the smartest. And it's a mental athletic tournament, if you will. So this will give our trivia team a chance to be seen on campus and let some of our open put together teams, if you will. Some of our organizations are going to go to try to challenge our trivia team. Trivia team wins every year, but hey, that's what the fun is all about. It just gives a chance for the students to have other recognitions outside of our athletics. Rolling on into our athletics. Our game day for Saturday is going to be one of the most spectacular events that you have to see. We start the day off with the women's basketball game that morning. That follows our parade, our homecoming parade. But right after that, we go right over to the football game. Then we finish the football game with another basketball game by our men. We'll be recognizing our 2010 championship NAIA winners, as well as watching our boys go in and take home another W. We should get 3 on that day. So that's going to be an outstanding homecoming week. We have a bunch of events planned for our alumni. They have a symposium, Chat and Chew, where the alumni will get to talk to our students, and our students get to ask them those crazy questions like, what was college like before a phone? What was college like before the internet? You know, those wonderful questions that we never get to ask our alumni. And that's it. We have 26 total events. So you guys come on out and enjoy this long week.
Action-packed for sure. Once again, on the Moody Agency All-State Halftime Report, as we hit the half between the Steers and the Rams, the Sports Information Director over at Texas College, Justin Jackson. Anything you like to close out with?
Nope. I just would like to say on behalf of our president, Dwight Furnell, my wonderful student activity director, Dr. Isaac Williams, and our wonderful leader and impresario, Ms. Dr. Cynthia Marshall Biggins. Thank you guys, and be proud of Texas College. Thank you.
Alrighty, once again, Sports Information Director over at Texas College, Justin Jackson, on the Moody Agency Halftime Report as we continue our halftime festivities. Get you ready for the second half between the Steers and the Rams in Milborn Field on the campus of All Saints Episcopal in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas. You're tuned in to the All-State Moody Agency Halftime Report brought to you by Allstate. Are you in good hands?
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear all game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I can show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Welcome back to the All-State Moody Agency Halftime Report as we hit the halfway mark between the Texas College Steers and the visiting Texas Wesleyan Rams in this contest within the Sooner Athletic Conference, live from Milborn Field on the campus of All-State Episcopal in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas. As we get ready for the second half between these two teams, we have our traditional sponsor spotlight. This go round, I have the Carlos Leguizamo of Order Digital. Carlos, always great to have you on as always. Always great to see your commercials. Of course, some people know it from the immediate boom that occurs, but it's great to have you here in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. Can you tell us a bit about your business and your goals, not only as Order Digital, but as Carlos Leguizamo?
Thank you, Jared, for having me for the Antler Sports Network. I think congratulations on your 250 subscribers on YouTube. Big shout out. I know you're going to have to be cutting your hair pretty soon, and I can't wait to actually see that. But Order Digital is a multimedia and design agency that I started in July 7th of 2018. Oro is Spanish for gold. Everything that I do, we raise to the gold standard in whatever you are in your industry. It's a creative design agency. It's a multimedia and design agency. We take creative solutions and find the answer, what you need in your brand, whether it's through marketing, advertising, or branding. From the marketing perspective, I design websites to spec. Some people need just a simple landing page. I do a lot of research and development, depending on the budget. A lot of people want that Bentley website and they don't need it. they can take some of that budget and apply it to social media, and I manage it very well through, for example, like the Meta Business Suite. You can articulate different posts on both platforms, and we do, a lot of research to where you need to put your ad in a creative aspect. From another side of marketing, we can find retention, your pay-per-click, whether if you're running a Google ad, maybe you're just spending a lot of money and you're not even getting any type of ROI, coming back to you. And you're sitting there frustrated as a business owner because you're spinning your wheels, you're not really getting anywhere. You're not finding your core customer. You're not finding, the people that would want to buy your services or goods. So those are all things that we do. Now, in the terms of branding, a lot of people mistake branding and marketing as the same thing, and it's not. So when I say branding, I always say, when you ask somebody about your business, what is it that you do? What is it that, your core values, your pillars, if you will. And I always use an ecosystem or a nucleus. At the center, you are who you are as a business. If you look at the golden arches of McDonald's, you automatically know it's that company. It's been ingrained in our subconscious mind for many years, and that's not by accident. If you're in an elevator or even watching a movie and you start humming the little jingle from the elevator or in the movie, that is a lot of research and development that gets put into these movies or elevator music, and it's in our subconscious mind, and we don't even think about it. Same things apply to these brands. When you see the Toyota symbol, it's a Toyota. When you see the Eat More Chicken, that is Chick-fil-A, they're closed on Sundays and they still kill it. You know what I mean? So those are all things that we do as a business. We just find creative solutions. I don't want to come out and say, salesy and say it's services rendered or this is what. I'm going to tell you the outcome. In 4 years, I've gotten over 13 million views for my customers on Google. So a lot of that is also an impact how you have with your core customer base. So for example, we're in Texas, and here in East Texas, it is a huge untapped market for the Spanish community, and I don't see a lot of businesses advertising to them. So what you will see is some businesses will be very cringeworthy. They're going to be using, tacos and the sombreros, and it's going to be a little out of touch, and it's going to probably offend people. So instead of doing that, what I would do, what we do for some of our clients, is just run videos that are in Spanish, or Spanglish as I say it, that you get the English and Spanish, and you just kind of find that happy medium where people see your business and you're advertising to a whole new culture, a whole new demographic, and you don't come off as, ignorant or silly. Another aspect of branding is, from the design aspect of things. So if you build a website, it has to be congruent with your logo. It has to be similar to your social media channels, your YouTube, your Twitter, your Instagram. It all has to be synonymous. It has to be cohesive, because if you start having things that don't look the same, it's gonna not really, people are not gonna really trust you, especially ones that are paying higher price for your services. That's something that we specialize in a creative aspect. We find ways, thinking outside the box, using different processes and technologies to bring your idea to life and your business or brand to the gold standard.
All right, let's close it out with this. Of course, I feel like I'm a living proof of this. Starting a business and having the right resources to start said businesses has become more accessible than ever with the rise of the internet and social media, etc. What are a couple of tips that you would want to give these up-and-coming entrepreneurs, such as myself, to help them get on the right track? I know you talked about your wheel spinning but not going anywhere. What are some tips and tricks that you can give to our viewers and our audience to help get their wheels going?
Network. Closed mouth don't get fed. You can do not spend a lot of money up front on things that you may not need. And this could be a social media manager. This could be hiring a virtual assistant. If you're not busy enough to cover those costs, don't do it. Invest in reading. Read a lot as much as you can, YouTube University, but you're only as strong as your network. Get on LinkedIn. I see a lot of people not on LinkedIn still, and it's kind of crazy. It's mainly B2B, business to business. On social media, if you want to be taken seriously, do not post pictures of you partying. Do not post pictures of, your political affiliations, only, just to go vote. But again, I keep saying networking. Go to as many networking groups, get involved in the community, volunteer your time, do some charity, and you will be amazing what, they will see you. And always wear your logo or to some degree with what you can afford. And always have your business card and a smile and have your elevator pitch down, because you have 15, 30 seconds of someone's time. And if you can make that sell, invest in and get to know sales, that's also networking and sales. Those two things and clear communication, and you're going to do very well.
All right, Carlos, once again, as always, an honor to have you on. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jared, and good luck to you in the future.
Thank you once again, Carlos Leguizamo of Auto Digital. We'll take a final timeout. When we come back, it's time for the second half of football. You're watching the Allstate Moody Agency Halftime Report, brought to you by Allstate. Are you in good hands?
Did you know you had a Texas State bucket list must-see right in the heart of East Texas? It's Circle M Crawfish in Big Sandy, Texas. Circle M is more than just crawfish. It's home to the best deep-fried catfish in town. There's something for everybody to enjoy, including chicken fried steak, burgers, and ready-for-game-day wings. Circle M has everything you need to have a good time with the whole family, with a gated playground to keep kiddos entertained. Circle M Crawfish on State Highway 155 in Big Sandy, Texas, home of Circle M Rivalry Week.
Hello to all my entrepreneurs and business owners. I am the Carlos Leguizamo, CEO and owner of Auto Digital. We are a creative service agency that focuses on multimedia, marketing, and branding for your business or brand. We have shifts running 24/7 to suit your schedule and work with all budgets to bring your ideas to reality and raise them to the golden standard in your industry. Look for us on Google and all social media platforms. Also, hablamos español. Thank you and God bless.
It's time for the second half of play. Fresh 15 on the clock here at Milborn Field on the campus of All Saints Episcopal School in Tyler, Texas. Jared Jones came Overstreet in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth for this presentation of Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network. As we get ready for the second half of play, the Rams of Texas Wesleyan holding the 22-6 advantage. As we get ready to tee things off, a couple of things to note. Isaiah Sadler, as the kick is a short kick up and away, taken around the 30-yard line. And we'll continue after this play. The kickoff return taken by O.B. O'Brien Neely. Big kid, 6'3", 185 from Angelo State University. That's interesting. Angelo State, you go from being a Ram to being a Ram. It's got to be pretty easy to change around some of your wall decor. But as we get ready for this second half of play, in the first offensive possession for the Rams, one thing to note, Isaiah Sadler, the starting quarterback for the Steers, 18 of 34, 146 yards, 2 interceptions and a touchdown. If you think about most of the drop passes that we've had so far, Sadler's had a very productive day under center so far this evening.
You can't blame any of those drop passes on him. He's just trying to get the ball there. It's up to the wide receiver after he gets the ball out of his hand. So you can't really blame him for any of those mistakes.
Caesar picking up where he left off. First down at 10. He's got space. High stepping at the 40-yard line and stepped out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, and that's a good way to get your offense going. In the first half, he had 13 carries for 91 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns, his longest carry being of 29 yards, averaging 7 yards a carry. The kid's had a heck of a game so far, and he's already getting that continued as we hit the 14.5-minute mark of this third quarter of play as he moved the chains. First down at 10. Ball's on the 44-yard line. Here's Rogers. Caesar to his right. Slot receiver to the bottom of your screen. Lone receiver, 2 slot receivers. Check that. And he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. The Steers come down with a big-time stop on defense. And guess who's in the pile? Number 44. Guess who? Stephen Ajibola. Carrying the defensive load, helping carry the defensive load for this Texas College Steer defense as there is a flag thrown around the 35-yard line. Ajibola's already got a fumble recovery so far in this ball game. He also has 4 tackles. Kids had a monster game. That call might be against Texas College and move the ball across the chains, first down to 10. And that's exactly what it is. Call against Texas College. That'll give a fresh set of downs to the Rams. First down and 10.
Ajibola is an outside beast. He gets around that tackle, man, there's no stopping him from what he wants.
14 minutes left to go after the penalty. It's first down and 10 for the Rams. Here's the handoff now. Brand new running back in for Texas Wesleyan. This time is going to be number 25, Donovan Johnson. Check that, not 25. The number is 35. Weird to see here. A bit of a glare here in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. That last carry of around 4 for number 35, Nick David West. Coming back into the game will be Caesar. Second down and medium after the carry from West. Here's Rogers. Rogers in the first half going 5 from 11, 62 yards total and 1 interception. As we know, this Texas Wesleyan offense is led by their run game. Here's Rogers going to let one fly, and there is no fly zone. Coop batting the football away. Pass intended for Jason Price. But the price was not right as Cooper bats the ball down. Third down.
The man's got eyes like Mighty Eagle. He saw that ball in the air, and he came down. No fly zone. Cooper is literally no fly zone.
13:20 left to go after the incompletion from Rogers. And Rogers, that's his 12th attempt. He's still 5 of 12 as he's knocking on the 50% threshold. It's third down and 7. Let's call it third down and 6. Here's the snap. It's a handoff to Caesar. He gets a fantastic block, makes a Steer miss on the tackle, and he might be just short shades of Frank Costanza, and it's going to be 4th down and 1. The Steer defense holding firm in their first defensive possession as we hit the 13-minute mark in the third quarter.
Running back always seems to make the first person miss like he's covered in baby oil or something. Like there is no one who's had to tackle him on the first person that met him. He always breaks the first tackle.
Here we go. The Steer faithful below us here at Milborn Field at the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast. We're making some noise trying to help the Steers continue this momentum that they carried from the locker room, trying to continue it here in their first defensive possession. It's 4th down and 2. Jumbo package, 1 wide receiver for the Rams. Here's the handoff. Caesar gets the first down and more, and that'll move the chains. Great job by Caesar to take his time. He necessarily doesn't have to be classified as a speed back. The kid takes his time, lets his blocks develop, and gets yards when he can as we hit 12 and a half in the third.
He's one of those readers. You don't really just hit the hole automatically. You sit back and analyze what's going on while you're moving at a steady pace, and when you see the hole make it, you break for it.
One thing about this Rams offense, especially that run game, they'll move at their own pace. They're not going to be too fast. They're not going to be too slow. They're going to get every yard that they can. And definitely, yards after initial contact has been a big facet of this offense for the Rams. One receiver at the bottom of your screen, one of the slot. Here, Caesar to Rogers' left. It's going to be a handoff to Caesar. Caesar makes another man miss. Ajibola on the tackle after gaining about 8. No, let's call it 9. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 after the big-time carry from Caesar. And I can't wait to see his stats at the end of this game. He's easily going to be in triple digits. It's just how far the triple digits will he be when the clock hits 0 for the final time. 11:45 left to go as the Rams face 2nd down and 8. Check that, 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard run from Caesar. Here's Rogers in the gun. Has Caesar to his left this time. Slot receiver to the top of your screen, lone receiver at the bottom of your screen. That receiver is Rolfe. Here's the handoff to Caesar. Got a couple blocks, has a nose for the end zone. He's brought down just at about the 2-yard line, and the Steer defense stands firm yet again. On that tackle for the Steers, we're going to give that to number 32, Javorius Bowers, his first tackle of this ball game, and that'll bring up 3rd down. Check that. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Here's where you have to make them pay. They have no way to get a first down. If you can stop here and force 3 and out, make them either want to choose field goal or try to go for the touchdown.
He crosses the line again there to fresh set it down. His first down and goal is. This is where Texas College's defense has shown signs of excitement, but have also broken down at certain points as we cross the 11-minute mark. Jumbo package look like they might just try to roll it out here, and they do. Here, Caesar on the outside. He's got one man to beat. He's at the 2, and he's taken out of bounds. The Steer defense stands firm yet again. And Caesar had absolutely nowhere to go, try to get the outside and turn the corner. He was immediately met by resistance led by Thaddeus Williams. Williams did a great job on the outside, a defensive back, sometimes playing a bit of corner to safety, but gets to that outside edge, made sure Caesar had nowhere to go.
That's a good tackle from a cornerback. You usually don't see cornerbacks being able to make hits like that, but that was nice.
10:25 left to go. After the Caesar run, gets nothing. It's second down and goal. It's going to be a keeper for Rogers. Rogers rolls into the end zone. Did he get through? And the far side official says he did. Touchdown Rams. And that increases the Texas Wesleyan lead to 22. 10:16 left to go. And Rogers pretty much easily makes his way in. That offensive front for Texas Wesleyan did a great job of giving their quarterback plenty of space to barrel his way into the end zone and extend this Ram lead. Here comes the 2-point conversion.
Back to the monster formation.
Back to that monster formation. I know you talked about, when we were off air, that you didn't really like the monster formation that much.
Not really a big fan of the monster formation at all.
But hey, if it works, when I keep going for it, they switch down to a typical field goal kicking formation now. Armando Benitez do the kicking honors from Duncanville High School. Duncanville getting the win over DeSoto just last night as the play is whistled dead. And speaking of DeSoto, our next broadcast is going to be a big-time playoff matchup. And 6A District 11 will be headed to Eagles Stadium in the DFW as the DeSoto Eagles host the Tigers of Mansfield. That's going to be a top 3 determining playoff spot game in District 11 and 6A. We're expecting our coverage time to be at around 6:30, maybe 7. Follow the Antler Sports Network across social media to figure out when we will go live and when our next game will occur. Follow us on Twitter at Antler_SN, on Instagram at AntlerSportsNet, and subscribe to our YouTube page and follow us on Facebook. Just simply search Antler Sports Network in both of those respective social media platforms to keep up with all Antler Sports Network happenings. Flag moves the PAT to be 25 yards instead of its typical distance. Low snap, it's rearranged. The snap, the hold, the kick is up and good. As the PAT goes through the uprights, your new score, the Rams 29, the Steers 6. 10:16 left to go. Back over this time out. You're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice.
So get all state. And be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Need to add some zip.
Getting ready for a kickoff here at Milbourne Field after the quarterback keeper into the end zone for Rogers is successful. This is that is his first rushing touchdown of this game. Third total rushing touchdown for the Rams. Jared Jones, Cam Overstreet in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. And Cam, could you give us some college football scores?
Well, we got Tennessee giving a spanking to Kentucky, 37-6. Then we got USC versus Arizona, 38-29 USC's way. Michigan State versus Michigan, 19-7 Michigan is winning. And number 15 Ole Miss versus Texas A&M, 23-14 Ole Miss's way.
Jimbo Fisher and those Aggies have had I don't want to say a bad season, but it's been an up and down year for the Aggies. I know one interesting story I saw on Twitter a couple of days back, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the mascot for Texas A&M, the dog Revel, allegedly, and I try to make this as family friendly as possible, as the kickoff is taken out of the front of the end zone here, and Texas College looking to try to get something to get out of the end zone, tries to turn the corner, no dice. No, he's still up, flag thrown. Might have been a little bit of extracurricular at the 30-yard line, but brought down about at the 15. Check that. We'll be waiting for the flag. But there was a rumor, and this, I don't know if this is confirmed or not. I'm still trying to figure out how to make this as family friendly as possible. But the dog mascot for Texas A&M allegedly urinated on the floor of Aggie head coach Jimbo Fisher. Needless to say, Twitter is an interesting place, but that took I don't want to say that took my breath away, but I was surprised. You see, I'm speechless here because I didn't expect to see that on my feed earlier this week.
It's not very Johnny Manziel football of them.
That's not very Johnny Manziel football. Those were the good old days of college football, weren't they? Johnny Manziel, Tim Tebow.
Johnny football, yeah.
Holding called against the receiving team of Texas College, and that'll push the Steers back. Offsides penalty called against the Rams. Those penalties will offset. The Steelers will take over 1st and 10. But yeah, we have mascots urinating on the floor of our of head coaches now. I guess that's the thing.
I didn't even know the mascots could.
I wouldn't think that the mascot would be able to go into the office of the head coach.
That's something new to me too. I didn't even know Texas A&M had a mascot.
Well, yeah, of course they've had the mascot. They've had Rebel for a while. Of course, Texas has Bevo and Oklahoma has the Boomer Sooner Carrots respectively. But yeah, A&M's had Rebel for a while. I want to say they're on their 10th iteration of the pup, but I guess not too much of a fan of what Jimbo's got going on in Aggieland at College Station. But hey, that's a little bit of trivia for you on our Saturday night. Don't say you didn't learn anything from these broadcasts. 10:06 left to go after the offsetting penalties result in a re-kick. The Rams kicking things off from the left hash with 10:06 left to go. 29-6 your score. The Steelers have 2 men back deep. Here we go yet again. Hopefully the Steelers could try to get a little bit of a better return than they did in their previous attempt. Turns to the outside along the hashes. Got a couple blocks upfield. Turns back across. Still's got room. Crossing the 35 is immediately met by resistance, led by Texas Wesleyan. I want to say that's the middle linebacker, number 47, but we don't have a 47 on our roster here. Both teams almost thought they were going to try to have a couple of extra words, but Joshua Bostic on the initial hit. And the Steelers will take up back over 1st and 10 with better field position than they did originally before the penalty as we hit 9:53 in this 3rd quarter of play. Texas College exit before ending the first half of play. Ended with an amazing offensive drive. Let's see if they can recreate some of that magic down 29-6. Time slowly ticking away here. One thing we've seen about this Texas College team, it's almost like they catch fire a little bit too late. Let's see if they can try to turn that around here on this next possession. On the 36, Sadler takes the high handoff. It's going to be a handoff to Garrett. Garrett makes a couple men miss. He has a little bit of open space across the 40, and it's going to gain around 7. 2nd down and 3 after the run, and the Steelers continue to march up the field. 2nd down and 3.
Well, I said that earlier in the game. I said that was the best run we had. That right there is the best run for Texas College so far, and I don't know what happened on the defensive side, but that middle was open.
Here come the Steelers yet again. Sadler and the newly christened Medium Ben, as we call him. No more Baby Ben. Takes a snap, looking right. It's got a man downfield. It's got Cooper, incomplete. Fantastic defense and deep coverage by number 20, Darius Van Dyke. One thing about this Texas Wesleyan secondary, they've given Cooper in this entire receiving corps for Texas College a multitude of different looks. You see them kind of back off a bit, try to force them to beat them with that speed, but in return, Texas College, their receiving corps has used that speed to get downfield. And so I was doing a great job putting some air on the football, just an even better job by the Texas Wesleyan secondary to make plays down the field and down the stretch to make sure that this receiving corps can't catch the same fire as they did early in the 1st quarter of play. Here comes 3rd down and 3 after the incompletion. Hookfin in motion. Here's Sadler. Back to his right. It's Garrett. Looking. Got to make off the middle of the field. Bit of a miscommunication there. That pass intended for Holden. Holden couldn't hold his route. Sadler thought he was going to cut across the middle, but instead of Holden went outside towards the numbers and into the flat. And the incompletion brings up 4th down. Sadler throwing for a total of 146 yards in that first half. The Steelers racking up 13 first downs in that first half as well, in comparison to the Rams' 10. Both teams, and here's an interesting side. I know we talked about the penalties. Texas College garnered a total of 8 penalties, Texas Wesleyan 6. A total of 91 yards in just penalties alone. The referees almost had as many yards as Caesar did in the first half rushing the football. Here's Sadler's got a man wide open deep downfield, and he's got it! It's hooked in! It's a foot race, 10, 5, goal line, touchdown, Steers, no flags! Big time play, quarterback to quarterback, and they get into the end zone for the score. Texas College is back on the board.
Miscommunication right there from the DBs, and somebody got open. They had that in the first quarter a couple of times. I thought they fixed it, but they're right back to square one. Good read right there by the quarterback.
Hookfin picking up where he left off. This time, Sadler to Hookman to the quarterback connection. 9:01 left to go in the third quarter, and the Steers strike yet again. Looks like they're going to try to go for two here. This is what I was expecting from them the entire time, especially when they have the weapons in the receiving core in the backfield that the Steers have. Let's see what head coach Jarrell Jackson has cooked up here for this Steer offense as they look to chop down this tree of a lead that the Rams have garnered over the course of the first half of play, and that they tacked on to in their first offensive possession in the second half. Here's Sadler after the man gets put in motion into the back of the end zone, intended for holding yet again just over his head. Great job by the corner number 88, Chance Carroll, to break up the pass. And new score, 9:01 left to go. Steers 12, Rams 29. Back up to this timeout. You're watching Steer Football on the Antler Sports Network.
Nippet Golf utilizes true golf simulators to cater to the avid golfer and those new to the sport, with true golf technology offering advanced analytics. Feeling hungry? Try the Knockout Pizza, Parmesan crusted pretzel bites, or the T-Box tacos. Bring your own clubs for parties, corporate events, fundraisers, league play, and more. Take the green on 97 prestigious courses. Learn the game of golf from PGA Tour champion and Hallsville native Roy Pace. Enjoy a day out with friends and family with hourly passes and memberships available. Nippet Golf Longview, 414 West Loop 281.
After the Sadler to Hookman touchdown pass goes into the end zone for 6, we're still having us a ball game here. 9:01 left to go. The Rams up 29-12. Sears ready to kick things back off. And during the break, we were still talking about the Revel Jimbo Fisher situation. I feel like that's just something you don't really see every day. Pooch kick, not a lot of distance, hauled in at about the 35, and he's immediately brought down, still moving, and a slam down. This Texas College Steer defense and this fans have gotten behind their Steers. Let's see if they can build a momentum on the defensive end. As Texas Wesleyan comes back on the field, they have to respond. They responded in their last possession with a rushing touchdown. By a touchdown drive capped off by a 2-yard quarterback sneak from Rogers. As Rogers comes back onto the field, interesting to note, our initial starting quarterback we have on file for the Rams was number 1, the 5'10", 185-pound junior Dalton Dale. Haven't seen him touch the field so far. It's been the Carson Rogers show. Let's see if he can continue to keep this Texas Wesleyan offense into the end zone. Here's Caesar. If this guy's at the helm, you have a pretty good chance to, and he's breaking down the field, and he's got space at the 45 as he crosses midfield, brought down around the 36-yard line, and that'll move the chains yet again. I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This Texas Wesleyan rushing attack has continued to be the driving force of this offense.
Yeah, TC needs to be the people to break that, because this is not, if they can't stop the run and force this man to pass the ball, which he hasn't really been doing that well at it, then they're going to have big problems right here in the second half.
Rogers 5 for 12, 62 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns, but 1 rushing touchdown to his credit. I won't want to say he's been a non-factor, but somebody's got to hand the ball off. Here comes Caesar yet again. Caesar bounces to his left outside the hatch along the numbers outside, tiptoes out of bounds, and then move the chains yet again. He'll be at the 27-yard line after the carry for 13. Clock continues to roll. And I'm hearing he's well into trying to get into the 150-yard rushing mark. We'll have to award him our Thompson Tire and Services Player of the Game. He's had a heck of a night on the ground. It's between Ajibola, Cooper, and Caesar. That sounds like a law firm almost. Ajibola, Caesar, and Cooper.
Sounds like a fire salad.
Caesar, Cooper,
salad.
Ajibola salad. That's a heck of a throw into the end zone intended for Terrell Curtis. Incomplete. That's Carson Rogers' 13 passing attempt. He has crossed the 50% threshold. Great job by Pons, the safety back deep. Pons has pretty much been a consistent figurehead as well for this defensive backfield for Texas College with 7:44 left to go. And that'll bring up second down and 10 after the incompletion. Cooper, Ajibola, Caesar salad.
Some ranch on top of that.
not Panda Express, Panera Bread, eat your heart out. Here's Rogers. The throw to the outside. He's immediately met by resistance. Makes a man miss, and he's got space. Along the sideline, brought down at about the 15-yard line. And that'll move the chains yet again for Texas Wesleyan as Bob is on the reception. That's his first reception of the ball game. Check that. That's his second reception of the ball game. He had one catch for 21 yards and almost matched that on that last play as they move the chains, first down at 10. Now, it seems that every time Texas College makes a stop on defense, Texas Wesleyan comes back with a big-time play on offense. Here's Rogers in the gun. Hands it off to Caesar. Caesar bounces to his outside, looking for space, spins through, is going to gain 1 if gaining anything. The officials are going to say he gained 3, and it's going to be 2nd down and 7. As the Caesar show continues, no hot and ready pizza here, though.
Yeah, way to sell out that outside right there. He's looking for the outside, which made him come back inside, and the inside is where all the defense is sitting at.
One thing about the Texas College defense, if you can get past that defensive line, that's a pretty big feat. That's one thing about this defense so far that we've come to enjoy to watch grow and build all season long. With 6:40 and counting left to go, this defensive front for the Steelers has been a figurehead of that defense. Here's a snap. Rogers now looking. Might have thrown to the back of the end zone. Got to carry it himself. Gets out of the sack. Going to throw it in the end zone. A Hail Mary throw. Almost tipped out of bounds. Incomplete. Pass intended for Curtis yet again. And just couldn't haul it in.
You know who that is over there, right?
I don't know. Could you give me some intel?
No fly zone Cooper. Mama, there goes that man again.
After the incomplete pass and defense by Cooper at 6:25 left to go. The Rams face third down, 6:25 left, 29-12 your score. This presentation of the Sooner Athletic Conference on the Antler Sports Network is brought to you by Circle M Crawfish, the official restaurant of the Antler Sports Network, and also H2O of Tyler, your hometown drink stop. That might be, if they're still open before the time this ballgame ends, that might be a pretty good stop. That sweet tea is pretty phenomenal. Rogers on the throw to the outside. He's immediately met by resistance as Bob goes absolutely nowhere. This Texas College defense locking in once again. That tackle made by the corner, number 30. If we had a number 30 on our roster, just know he made a pretty good play. That was an amazing play to keep the defense on the field for Texas College in a good way. And it's going to be 4th down. And the Rams look like they're going to try to settle for 3 here and expand this lead. But Texas College on defense showing that they still have signs of life. Here's the kick. The 29-yard field goal is through the uprights and good. Tack on 3 more. Your score with 5:36 left to go in this third quarter. The Rams 32, the Steers 12. Back into this timeout, you're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football on the ASN. Keep it here.
To make winning decisions, you need a championship team in your corner. Monument Realty, led by Anthony Hyder, is that championship team. With countless houses sold in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, you're sure to score the right abode for you and your family. If finding the perfect home is in your future's game plan, then Monument Realty and Anthony Hyder are your perfect play call to get the job done. Monument Realty in Frisco, Texas, the official realtor company of the Dallas Cowboys, the Texas Rangers, and the Antler Sports Network.
Back after the 29-yard field goal is successful. Here to kick things back off are the Rams as they look to give the football back to the Steers. Kickoff taken at about the 5-yard line. And he's hit at about the 20-yard line. Hopefully he gets back up to that. That was a nasty hit. Hit brought down by number 45, Ashton Mitchell Johnson. 5'9", 200-pound running back from Melissa High School. The freshman on kickoff return to kickoff duties, making a big-time play as we hit the 5.5-minute mark, and Texas College will take back over 1st down and 10 after scoring on their last possession, but not able to take any points after that after an unsuccessful PAT.
Now's the time for the offense to come out here and score after their defense made a crucial stop to hold them to 3 points instead of 6.
Here comes Sadler. Sadler, not like your traditional quarterback nowadays who's covered in accessories, just a good old-fashioned undershirt. He's a blue-collar quarterback. That's one thing I could definitely say. He's a quarterback's quarterback. Here's Sadler. Heck of a throw to the outside to Hookfin. Hookfin turns around, tries to make a man miss. He'll just get out of bounds to stop the clock. Forward progress is going to give him around 2 yards there. Looked like he might have had plenty of room if he would have just tried to continue to turn upfield. But it's going to be second down. Let's call it second down at 8 after the reception.
Hookfin is a shifty wide receiver. You got to get more people to him. He can actually break for way more yards than he actually can show for.
Here's a second down at 8 snap. After the Hookfin reception's only good for a handful of yards. 4:50 and counting left now. Sadler takes the high snap. Looking right. He's got a man downfield intended for Hookfin again, but in a double coverage. Great job by the Rams defensive duo of check that, Sincere Blackman and number 88, Chance Carroll, making sure that Hookfin didn't have the easiest time of bringing that football down, and that brings up third down and 8 for the Steers. And this is a big-time third down for Texas College with 4:45 left to go in the third.
Yeah, really big time. The offense is showing good. It's showing good drive right here. They're getting open, so the defense isn't. They're aware that there's going to be a pass, but they haven't been able to stop it. I say don't force it to Hookfin if you don't have to, but Hookfin is one of the most dangerous players out there right now.
Not just for Texas College, but really for either team. See on this last possession, hauling in the touchdown pass from Sadler. Let's see if Sadler can pass the P's a little bit across the field here on third down. Under pressure, takes the flag, jump throw downfield, got a man, and it's caught! It's caught from Cooper! What a grab! Derek Cooper, the receiver, making the play, moving the chains, but there is laundry on the field at about the 15, and I would hate for that play to be taken away. The jump pass from Sadler to a double-covered Cooper. Cooper finds a way to make the play and hauling it in. And it looks like it's going to be an holding call against Texas College. And that's exactly what it is. Take the play back. That is pain. The definition, the pure embodiment of pain to have that big of a play taken away.
And for struggling Derek Cooper, he struggled a lot in the first half there with a couple of drop passes in the first quarter, made up for it with a touchdown. He really needed that. That builds momentum for the whole team. Now it's just drained.
But at least you know, hey, double coverage. Eventually, down the stretch, might be able to toss it up to him again. If he's going to make that kind of a play, give a kid another chance to get it back. As the kids say, get his get back. 4:11 and counting left to go after the penalty. Sets the Steers back a chunk. Sadler stepping up in a similar situation. Play is whistled dead. And it's going to be a false start called against the Steers, and that'll push them back even farther. The Texas College now seem to, after that momentum is drained, just can't seem to get anything going here with 4:07 left to go. I will say, though, that was an amazing play. That was a fantastic play.
Hey, go up and get it on 2 people? That's a...
might have to look back at that as a play of the game candidate. After the penalty, still third down. Third down and the scoreboard to go for Texas College. Sadler takes a snap. They're going to run the football, interestingly enough. And Garrett falls down under his own will at the 5-yard line. Might have gained around 2 to 3 yards there, and the Steers will be forced to punt this football away, as what was a promising offensive drive is brought to a standstill. And the Rams will take over with pretty good field position, barring this punt. And this has to be a pretty tough possession as you walk off the field. You can see most of the players pretty frustrated. What do you tell, if you're a head coach, what do you try to tell your guys after a big-time play like that is taken away and try to come back on defense against a team that's just going to try to run the football probably for the rest of this ball game?
Well, really, you want to tell them, don't focus too much on it. Your defense has already stopped them to 3 points. Maybe you're going to think they're going to do it again. And the offense, just learn from your mistakes and don't go back out there and do the same thing.
The penalty bug coming back to bite the Steers yet again. Had 8 penalties in the first half for a total of 40 yards as a short kick directly out of bounds. That ball is going to be right at the, trying to see what the official marking will be here. Let's call it, I know one thing, it's right at the 21-yard line. And this is amazing field position for Texas Wesleyan. Not even amazing, that's almost an understatement. This is perfect field position for Texas Wesleyan. 3:10 left to go in the third quarter, 32-12, your score. As the Rams still hold the 20-point advantage here, looking to expand that lead even more against this Steer defense. Their last offensive drive, they were held to 3 points. Here comes Rodgers yet again. Rodgers has it back to his left. It's a handoff to David West now. West turns upfield. Immediately met by Ajibola and company. And he's halted after gaining about 5, and it'll bring up second down and medium for this Rams rushing attack. 2:54 left to go in this third quarter. I'm still stuck on the fact that you thought that Cooper Ajibola Caesar salad was a good name.
That would be a good fire. That would be a fire salad there. You know what I'm saying? Ranch.
I'm not the biggest salad guy in the world, but ranch dressing, hey, who doesn't like ranch dressing? Are you a blue cheese kind of guy? I hate to try to get off topic here as Rodgers makes some adjustments at the line. Are you for blue cheese? Are you pro blue cheese?
Blue cheese needs to be banned.
Okay, that's one thing we both can agree on. Another thing we can agree on is the Rams are going to continue to run this football. It's going to be a first down and a couple extra sets on the carry. That's going to be a gain of around 8 as they move the chains. That carry by David West yet again. The clock continues to roll here as we get ready to hit the 2-minute mark in the third quarter.
I don't want to sound like I'm on Texas Western side, but them being in the red zone right now has actually been their biggest problem. They actually struggle a lot in the red zone against Texas College's defense.
Most of their big-time plays came from around, let's say, the 40, 30-yard range. And just breaking off for big-time runs and setups for special teams. Let's see what they can convert here. Last possession, they were getting 3. And this possession, they're going to get 6. I guess they heard you. They said, okay, watch this. 8-yard touchdown run from David West. And that expands the Ram lead 38-12, barring the PAT with 1:47 left to go. You just had to jinx them, didn't you? You just had to jinx them, didn't you?
I'm just calling it how I see it. They struggle a lot in the red zone, and I guess they decided to say we're not going to try to pass it like we have in the previous drives. We're going to try to run it in our strong suit. But,
well, as they run the end zone, run into the end zone yet again, the 2-point conversion is through past the pylon and good. Your new score, 1:47 left to go on this third. The Rams 40. The Steers 12, back after this timeout. You're watching college football on the Antler Sports Network.
You work hard to protect the things you love, your car, your home, and your financial future. East Texas Benefits will work just as hard to ensure your protection during these trying times. Our experts are trained to find the best policies tailored to any budget, but at the best insurance agency and tailored by the people who make us who we are. Book a free consultation today at easttexasbenefits.com. East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. A Better Business Bureau A+ accredited business.
Steers getting ready to receive the next kickoff after the 8-yard carry from David West goes into the end zone for 6. It expands this lead after the successful 2-point conversion. You're scored 40-12, minute 47 left to go. That last touchdown and all of our touchdowns brought to you by HTO and Tyler, your hometown drink stop. As the high end over end kick is up and away, taken at about the 5-yard line. And here the Steers come yet again. Immediately met by Ram resistance, breaks one tackle, but is going to break this next one. He might have gone to the 12-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. And that's where the Steers will take over 1st and 10. What's the offensive game plan? Jared Jones, Cameron Overseer in the Kelly Tattoo broadcast booth. Cam, what's the offensive game plan for the Steers here with a minute 38 left to go in this third?
It's the same thing you've been doing. Like you said earlier, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They haven't really been getting negative yards a lot. It's really the penalties that have been killing them. Stop the penalties, run the same offense you've been running, and you will be just fine.
Minute 38, first down and 10. Head coach Jarrell Jackson looking to get their second win on the season. Their first win coming 2 weeks ago on the road in Batesville, Arkansas against Lyon College. That victory of 4 points, 38-34. Texas Wesleyan, on the other hand, looking to bounce back after getting punched in the mouth as head coach Joe Prudhomme called it during our East Texas Benefits countdown to kickoff, losing 33-9 against the Louisiana Christian. The week before that, defeating the 20th rank at the time, Langston Lions. Here's Sadler laying down a big-time block as turns field opposite now, runs out of bounds at the 10-yard line, and that's going to be a loss of 2. Hey, look at Sadler laying down a block. Hey, I like a quarterback that can lay down a solid block, personally.
Showcased that about 2 weeks ago. He laid a good block on somebody, didn't he?
No, that was last week.
Oh, last week.
That was last week before he came out of the game in the latter half of the third quarter with a hand injury after a roughing the passer called brought in the new spark that was our Thompson Tire and Services Player of the Week from last week, T.J. Hookfin. We also spoke with him during the East Texas Benefits countdown to kickoff. Jared Jones, Cameron Overstreet at the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. 55 seconds of counting left to go in this third quarter. Might be 2 plays left in this Steer offense before the quarter comes to a close. Here's Sadler. Makes a play across the middle. It is caught across the hash, across the left hash. Comes back in the middle of the field, and they're going to move the chains. First down, Steers. The Steer offense still finding big-time plays on offense, still moving up the field. 40 seconds left to go in the third.
Solid passes, wide open receivers. They playing back. Have the receivers come up forward.
And really, I know we like to joke around and call Sadler Baby Ben or Medium Ben, but he is the prototypical version of Ben Roethlisberger. He can make plays with the legs if he needs to, but he prefers to chop you up with his arm. As a pass falls incomplete, intended for Hookfin, and that'll bring up second down and 10. Sadler elected Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Week just 2 weeks prior for his performance in the Steers' victory against Lyon College. Made some big-time plays. One play I always like to look back on was that play around, let's say, 15 minutes ago of game time. That pass up to Cooper, but was sadly taken back after a holding penalty and ended up bringing the Steers to kick from inside their own 5 and set up that previous Ram touchdown, capped off by a West 8-yard run. And here Sadler's going to make the throw again, this time to Hookfin. Hookfin's going to get brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's going to be a loss of around 6. And that's going to bring up a tough third down here for the Steers. As we hit the dime seconds here in the third quarter of play. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. We come back after this timeout. As fourth quarter action, can the Steers try to bring this thing back? Who knows? Let's find out after this break. The Rams 40, Steers 12. Back after this break. You're watching Sooner Athletic Conference Football on the Antler Sports Network.
Did you know you had a Texas State bucket list must-see right in the heart of East Texas? It's Circle M Crawfish in Big Sandy, Texas. Circle M is more than just crawfish. It's home to the best deep-fried catfish in town. There's something for everybody to enjoy, including chicken fried steak, burgers, and ready for game day wings. Circle M has everything you need to have a good time with the whole family, with a gated playground to keep kiddos entertained. Circle M Crawfish on State Highway 155 in Big Sandy, Texas, home of Circle M Rivalry Week.
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear all game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I can show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem like me.
We flip sides of the field, and the quarter numero on the scoreboard flips from 3 to 4. Final 15 minutes of this ball game as Texas College looks to make something happen here. Fresh 15 on the clock here, Milbourne Field on the campus of All Saints Episcopal School. I want to thank the volunteers and workers here at All Saints for help putting this game together. I want to thank the officiating crew for officiating this game. I want to thank my broadcast partner, as usual on these Texas College games, Cam Overstreet, with me in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. And as always, Tommy and the rest of the stack tracking crew to keep us in line. I guess you could say. I wouldn't say keep us in line, but hey, make it feel a little bit better. And also want to thank Cam Jones for working our camera this evening. And most importantly, want to thank all of you watching wherever you may be and however you may be watching, whether that be on your mobile device or even if you have us on your TV. If you're sitting down with your family, you could be watching Kentucky get mollywopped by Tennessee right now, but instead, you're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football here on the Antler Sports Network. Official gets things back up and running. It's 3rd down and 13 to go. Here's Sadler in the gun now. 2 slot receivers. Takes the high snap, looking left. He's going to make a play downfield. He's got room. Is in for the bowling ball, and it's just out of his hands. Incomplete. Holding one on a flag, but no flag thrown. Pretty surprising, as we've seen a lot of flags thrown so far this game, but officials keep it on their side pockets, and that'll be 4th down, and the Steelers will most likely punt yet again.
That was a beautiful pass there. It may not have been completed, but that was right in the breadbasket.
One thing about Sadler, he's going to give you a chance as a receiver. No matter your size, no matter your ability, he is going to give you a chance to make a play. 40-12 your score as the Steelers face 4th down in the 4th quarter. 14:54 left to go in the 4th quarter. It's 4th down. There's 4 of us in the broadcast booth. I can't think of any more 4s to put together here. I guess that's why I'm a broadcaster, not a rapper. I'll leave it to the professional, so to speak. High end over end kick. Ball goes out of bounds at about the 40s. Let's call it the 48-yard line. And the Rams will take back over 1st and 10. So you can try to expand this Rams lead. The Rams currently sitting at 5-2 in conference, 6-2 overall. Led by 5th-year head coach Joe Prudhomme. Prudhomme, an East Texas native himself, went to Chapel Hill, as we talked to him before kickoff. Went to Chapel Hill from 1st to 6th grade, and then went to Gorman. So he's definitely acclimated with the East Texas scene, and especially the East Texas football scene. Want to thank our sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Natural Stone Plant Company, Circle M Crawfish, Allstate and the Moody Agency, Circle M Crawfish, Drip Like Jesus Apparel Line, East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. As Rodgers takes the snap, looking, steps up in the pocket, going to make a play across the middle of the field, and it's almost picked off, but batted down. The Texas College makes another big-time stop on defense. We'd like to also thank Hoopstar Academy, HDO and Tyler, your hometown drink stop, Kelly's Tattoos, Casey Muse with Avenue Speak, Scouting Report, and Tyler Rose Driving Center. We're learning the rules of the road the proper way matters. And also our player of the game sponsor, Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler. Longtime sponsor of the Antler Sports Network. The incompletion brings up 2nd down. 14:42 left to go. Here's Rodgers looking to throw the ball around a bit more. The receiver number 4, Jason Price, breaks a Steeler defender's ankles. Look like, is that a shoe on around the 50-yard line? I don't know if that's a shoe or some other article of clothing, but the reception is good for a gain of 6, and this is going to be 3rd down and 4.
Nice for the DB to break down there. You just got to make the tackle. If you're going to break down, don't get shaken out of your shoes there. You got to be able to be prepared for anything that the wide receiver can make up to try to get past you.
Especially Price. He's one of the more agile guys in this Texas Wesleyan receiving corps. He ran back a big-time punt return for a touchdown to start off this ball game to make the score 8-0. And here we are now, 40-12, as we hit past the 14-minute mark. Shotgun snap. It's caught to the outside to Curtis. Curtis still on his feet, trying to get to the 30-yard line, and that's what they'll give him. And that'll move the chains. 1st down and 10 after the pass is caught by Curtis.
You know, even if it's not 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2.
3rd and short.
You don't need to be pinged back that far. They're going to recognize that, do the curl route, throw it straight to him. It's automatic 1st down.
Now Rodgers seemed to be showing off that arm. Usually we saw David West, the two-headed monster rushing attack of West, and false start called against Texas Wesleyan. Tried to make him jump, but Rodgers is now throwing the football around. So it's good to see the quarterback show off some of his arsenal. I mean, almost anybody can hand off the football. I mean, we've seen it on Sunday. Jacoby Brissett, even though he has some of the best running backs in the league, still doesn't know how to hand off the football. Good to see that they're just going with what works. And if the passing attack works, keep going for it. First down and 15 after the penalty. Ball's now on the 35-yard line. Here's a handoff to West. He's going to get to the original line of scrimmage and might have added an extra yard. That carry is going to be good for 6. Brought down by number 33, Trevion Brown. The linebacker making the stop there is going to be 2nd down and 9 after the carry for 8. 12 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in this ball game. The lone receiver at the bottom of your screen is Curtis. At the top of your screen is going to be number 18, O.B. Neely. And one receiver in the slot, one running back to Rodgers' right. It's going to be David West. Here's Rodgers looking across the middle. Got a man. It is batted down yet again by guess who?
No-fly zone Coop, man. He is playing stellar cornerback football right now.
I like to say right now, I would want to bring it down to a two-man race for the Thompson Tire Services Player of the Game between Ernest Caesar, the running back for Texas Wesleyan, and the man you deem no-fly zone Coop Cam, the starting quarterback for Texas College. Let's see which one of these terrific players will break out and take home the Player of the Game award at the end of this game that we will enshrine during our post-game coverage. After the incompletion, it's 3rd down and 9. Ball's on the 29. Going to be a handoff to West. West is brought down, and he's going to be 4th down. After only gaining around 6, let's call it 6, and it's going to be 4th down by the Steers.
They're sending out the field goal unit, I believe.
Looks like he might try to kick a field goal here. This is about to the extent of the range that we've seen from this kicker prior to kickoff.
And one thing we can't call out is a fake. We've seen a fake last week.
We saw a fake with 3 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter of a game that was pretty much as good as out of reach. Snap is bubbled yet again, as Benitez just smartly throws the football away, and Texas College comes up with the stop on defense. That's the second time a snap has been bobbled on a field goal attempt, and Texas College gets yet another break on defense due to special teams, and they'll take over 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line.
Oh, yeah, the holder second time dropping, and he needs to get control of that because that right there is going to be costly for them if Texas College scores.
Well, really, a good hold really starts with a good snap.
Maybe it is on the snapper. They need to get more in sync with each other.
Well, I guess that's why we're not on the field. I know I want to be on the field. I was a basketball guy. I enjoyed air conditioning. I will always have a lot more respect for athletes that play outdoor sports because if you know me well enough, Lord knows I'm not the biggest fan of the outside if I don't have to. If I don't have to be outside, then hey, I'll stay inside.
I like basketball just as much as this guy, but there's nothing like getting the good old turf monster out there.
I'll just take your word for it. How's that? Let's agree to disagree. 11:48 left to go. 40-12 your score as the Rams attempt at a field goal is unsuccessful. Texas College will take over. Check that at the 35-yard line now. As Sadler in this offense has triple receivers at the bottom of your screen. Hookfin and Holden. Now that sounds like a heck of a law firm as well. Hookfin and Holden. The receiving firm of Hookfin and Holden. Has a nice ring to it.
Serving you for 40 years.
How about 40 yards? We'll take that. 1st down and 10 now. Here Sadler takes the high snap, looking right. He's got a man in the flat. Going to be a jump ball, 50-50 ball, almost brought down by a Holden, but no pun intended, couldn't hold on. Holden couldn't bring it in. It'll be 2nd down for the pass intended for the receiver. He's had a heck of a day as well. As Sadler just put a little too much mustard on it. That just had a little less air. Well, really, great job also by the cover team. Once again, by the Texas Wesleyan secondary. If that pass was just a bit shorter, it might have been intercepted. So really, that might have been just a perfect pass from Sadler. Holden just couldn't get it down. Didn't have enough room to try to haul that thing in.
Texas Wesleyan putting in the speed demons at the D-line there.
High snap. Sadler takes it. It's under pressure. Needs to get the football away. Flag. It is going to be caught. Caught across the middle by Cooper. Cooper across the middle of the field. He's still up and still going. And he's going to be brought down. But a flag is at around the 46-yard line. And I don't know what this could be. The tackle made by number 9, Dylan Petway. And let's see what this possible flag could be. Offensive line not happy. Back at the 40-yard line. It looks like they're going to wave the flag off, and this drive will continue. Ball at the 35-yard line after the reception. Flag, no, it is a flag. Flag called against the Rams. The penalty is declined. Move the chains. 1st down Steers after the big-time catch from Cooper. Both Coopers are putting on a show. It's fitting that you have one Cooper showing out on offense, one Cooper showing out on defense.
Especially, one Cooper was struggling in the 1st quarter, and he made up well enough for it right here, playing as good as he is right now.
Just like he did against Arizona Christian. Had a rough 1st quarter. Really, the entire receiving corps had a rough 1st quarter. And now they've caught their stride. Let's see if they can try to put some extra points on the board before time runs out. 11:28 left to go. 40-12 your score. After the penalty and reception, it's 1st down and 10 for the Steers. Officials back in their position, instructing the timekeeper to roll this clock, keep this game moving. Here's Sadler. after the big-time completion. Fresh out of downs to work with now. The Princeton High School graduate freshman. Hit as he throws, almost intercepted. It's tipped, bobbled by multiple players. Neither team could bring it in. And as Vaughn drives LaFrance on the defensive stop there, make it 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. Sadler took a mean lick as he let that football go. 11-13 left to go. Luckily, that thing wasn't intercepted for his 3rd pick of the game.
Yeah, I think he was looking for a hook fin there.
I would too. Honestly, if I was the quarterback, I'd look for Holden, Hookford, and Cooper. Those are 3 guys that have had a major impact on this game. Garrett the back now. Here's Sadler in the gun. Takes a snap. Looking right, met by pressure. He's got to get the football out, and he does. Gets within the tackle box. No flag for intentional grounding. Great job by Sadler to avoid the penalty there. Yeah. Play is called dead, and it's a timeout taken by Texas College, and we'll take it with them. That's their first timeout. Back after this break, you're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network.
MTC Beats.
Back here, 3rd down after the Sadler incompletion. Almost brought down, dropped behind the line of scrimmage. 11:08 left to go. 40-12 your score. Texas Wesleyan hitting the road to Fort Worth, Texas. Currently holding the advantage here against the Steers of Texas College. Jared Jones came Overstreet at the Kelly Tattoo broadcast booth. And this presentation of Sooner Athletic Conference football on the ASN. I want to thank all of you watching across our Antler Sports Network platforms as Sadler takes the low snap, looking right. By pressure again, Texas Western bringing the heat hit as he throws, and he makes the catch. It's going to be complete to Cooper. Cooper, he gets the ball, pops out after the big-time hit. And it's going to be Texas Wesleyan football, and that's going to be a targeting call. That is 100% going to be a targeting call.
Big hit there, taking he good catch, tried to make more of it happen, and
Holden slow to get up.
That's you don't ever want to see that.
Holden slow to get up as he gets treated. We'll take a timeout. Back after this break on the Antler Sports Network.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate.
I can't go anywhere.
But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear
All game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I can show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week.
So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem like me.
as Cooper comes off of the field to the assistance of the training staff from Texas College. That unsportsmanlike penalty call. I would have put already on targeting.
Yeah.
That hit did not look pretty. It was an unsportsmanlike penalty call. They're moving to the 14-yard line, and the Steers are in business, first down and 10. We just got word that starting quarterback for Texas Wesleyan on our list here, number 1, Dalton Dale, is currently injured and unable to play in this game. Here comes Texas Wesleyan after the turnover. Run up the middle is going to be good for a gain of 4, and that'll bring up second down. See Dalton Dale in the comment section here. Thank you to all 203 of you currently watching on the ASN YouTube feed. And once again, thank you to all that subscribed over the past couple of days as we hit our 250 subscriber goal. Currently sitting at 279, of course. The ASN is teaming up with Groomie Club to commemorate Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Myself and Texas College Sports Information Director Justin Jackson will use Groomie to shave our heads bald as one. It looks like David West. Did he get the football out? He did as David West comes up the field. And Rogers doing a great job of getting that football out before he falls down. He was almost in a fetal position when he threw that football, but there is a flag back at the line of scrimmage. But either way, a great play by Rogers to keep the play alive. An even better job by West to get up the field and get some extra yardage. But we'll see what this flag is at the line of scrimmage. Holding called against Texas Wesleyan. That'll push them back just a tad bit more and negate that big-time run.
That is a breath of fresh air there for Texas College. Roger giving a little Drew Brees shuffle pass there.
See, I know. People always like to give Patrick Mahomes the credit to being the innovator of the shovel pass, but Drew Brees did it first.
Drew Brees he felt like he created it, actually. Everybody wanted to be a shuffle pass Drew Brees when in middle school.
I mean, I was a quarterback in middle school when I played football. I want to say I was a right tackle. Couldn't tell now, but I was in the trenches when I played football. Luckily, I don't play anymore, but hey, who's counting? Here's a handoff up the middle. It's going to be for a pretty solid gain. The Rams get to the original line of scrimmage +1, and that'll bring up third down with 9:40 and counting left to go. Cam, you played a little football back in your day?
Yeah, I was in the trenches. I was a pretty chunky kid back in the gap, so.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I don't want to say it's a lot of football experience in here, but you definitely have more than I do. Third down and 9 after the carry with 9:20 and counting left to go in this ball game. Here's Rogers going to drop back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, squeezes through like he's getting in an elevator, and he's missed his floor. Tries to get the stiff arm up, got a hand up, and he gets pushed out of bounds. And that's the quarterback getting a little physical running the football here. 9:05 and counting left to go. And that's going to bring up fourth down after the pretty solid run by Rogers.
Trying to make something out of nothing there, and he almost did. He's a pretty big body quarterback there. More tall than he is built, I can say.
Carson Rogers standing at 6'5", 215. I feel like he's playing the wrong sport. He needs to be playing for this Texas Wesleyan basketball team.
He probably does play basketball for the school.
Never know. Maybe the Sports Network can head out to Fort Worth, stream a Rams basketball game if any higher up. So listen, we'd love to come on out. Here's the punt, the snap. High line drive, kick flag thrown. Goes out of bounds right at the 50-yard line along the Texas College Steer sideline. A little bit of chatter on the 40-yard line started up by Ram number 16, Jamarian J. Reed. And the Texas College defender. As officials looking at the sideline for that flag, it might be. And another flag was thrown at the 50-yard line. You see along the Texas College Steer sideline, maybe a little bit too much talking here. As head coach Earl Jackson is not happy. Might be an unsportsmanlike penalty call or even a sideline warning. Who knows? So waiting on the official call here. And it is against Texas College.
I think it keeps the defense out there.
Look at numbers called, too many men on the field, and that'll keep the Texas Wesleyan offense on the field and completely take away that punt as Rogers and the Rams offense marches back on offense. First down at 10. In a moment, Cam will ask you to give us a couple of scores across the college football landscape. But one thing I can tell you is that Tennessee is still holding that big-time lead. I think that game might have went final as well. Cam will get you to give us those scores in just a moment here, but here's first down and 10. Rogers, the handoff yet again. Gets to the outside along the numbers at the 40-yard line. He's brought down by multiple steers but not getting a couple more yards, and he's going to get around the 43-yard line. And on to move the chains yet again. New running back in is going to be Ty Williams, the 5'9", 180-pound running back from Vermilion College from Minnesota, the redshirt senior on the first down carry. Cam, can you give us a couple scores?
All right, man. We're going to go all the way. Ole Miss and Texas A&M, 31-21. Ole Miss is winning. Trying to close the game out. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Pittsburgh and North Carolina. North Carolina barely winning, 28-24. Pittsburgh is trying to come back and win that one with 12 minutes left. Stanford versus UCLA. Stanford is losing 7-3 with 6 minutes left in the first.
Here's Williams with the big-time run. He got a bit of a head of steam there, taking out the 30-yard line, and that'll be first down yet again with 7:44 left to go in this ball game. And the Rams run game, who would have thought, still marching up the field.
Ty Williams kind of reminds me of he also played for the Rams too. He reminds me of I can't think of the kid's name. He used to play for the Rams. Came from Georgia, I believe.
Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley. That's exactly who he reminds me of. He got like a Todd Gurley type of.
I know one thing. Todd Gurley won me too many fantasy football games that I can recall. Speaking of Williams, there's a handoff to him yet again, and he is wrestled down, alligator rolled down, and there seems to be a steer down at around the 30-yard line, and we'll take an injury timeout, and we'll take it with him. As the injured steer is nurtured and seen, we'll take a break. You're watching college football on the Antler Sports Network.
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear all game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I could show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem like me.
Hey, who are you?
Oh, hey, Jeff, I'm a car thief.
What?
I'm here to steal your car because, well, that's my job.
What?
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 It happens. And if you got cut rate car insurance, paying for this could feel like getting robbed twice.
So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Did you know you had a Texas State bucket list must-see right in the heart of East Texas? It's Circle M Crawfish in Big Sandy, Texas. Circle M is more than just crawfish. It's home to the best deep-fried catfish in town. There's something for everybody to enjoy, including chicken fried steak, burgers, and ready-for-game-day wings. Circle M has everything you need to have a good time with the whole family, with a gated playground to keep kiddos entertained. Circle M Crawfish on State Highway 155 in Big Sandy, Texas, home of Circle M Rivalry Week.
After the injury timeout, the injured steer seems to be coming off the field under his own power. As we resume play, 2nd down and 2 after the injury. Here's a snap. Hand up to Williams yet again. Makes a man miss. Heck of an ankle breaker there. Gets to the outside and rumbles out of bounds. That was a Madden-esque juke. What do they call it? A user juke? That was a nasty move.
Came to a complete stop and picked the same speed right back up.
Turning on a dime, but I don't see any money on the field. Only money I see was that last run. That'll move the chains. 1st down and 10 as this clock continues to roll. It's 6:48 left to go in this ball game. 40-12 your score. Williams in the backfield yet again. The slot receiver is Bob. And that's going to be a flag thrown. Going to be a false start called against Texas Wesleyan. And that'll push him back some. But I feel like if Williams is on the field, I feel like they can get that back in pretty short order. He's had a heck of a game so far. Coming in relief for the rest of the starting receiving corps for Texas Wesleyan. Clock continues to roll after the penalty. Loss of 5 is going to be 1st and 15. Ball's placed at the 25-yard line now. Jared Jones, Cam Overstreet in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. Be sure to keep you here after this game concludes. We'll talk about what we saw, maybe get some stats, and get you a preview into our next contest as we have a big matchup in 6A District 11 between the current ranked number 9 DeSoto Eagles and the Mansfield Tigers. That game is definitely going to be a game jockeying for playoff position in a pretty cutthroat district. It seems like Cedar Hill and Duncanville, with DeSoto falling to Duncanville just last night in a rainy affair in the DFW. And here's a handoff yet again to Williams. Bounces off the right guard. He's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Excuse me, not behind the line of scrimmage. He gained about 2. Tackle made by number 32, Savoras Bowers. Great job to get to Williams. Make sure he didn't get too much of a head of steam. Something back in at running back is Ashton Mitchell as they make a couple of quick changes as this game trucks on. As we pass the 5.5-minute mark. 3rd and 9 for the Rams here. The slot receiver is Bob yet again. One receiver at the top of your screen. That receiver being Christopher Doyle. Pass intended for Doyle is picked off, and Texas College has the football. Texas College picks the ball up. The ball seemed to sail just a little bit higher, and Texas College will take possession back. 1st down and 10 after the pick.
Now, whoever that was that blitz has up. So he jumped straight in the air, tipped the ball up, and gave it right back to his own teammates right in the back. Nice interception there. Texas College defense is not to be played with in the second half.
Self alley-oop there. Texas College will get possession right back. They just got to get something going on offense. The defense has made plays. The offense just has to help them out a bit. First down and 10. 5 minutes left to go. Steers got new life now. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Headlined by TJ Hookfin. One receiver at the top of your screen. Garrett the back to Sadler's right. The Rams looking to rush 4. They're going to rush 4. No, check that. They're going to rush 5. Pass across the middle. Intended for a hold-in. Couldn't hold on. Incomplete. And I feel like I've been making that joke a little bit too much. Maybe I should find another bit of wordplay to use. I feel like I've been using that one just a tad bit too much, but I digress. Pass incomplete. That brings up 2nd down and 10 after the incompletion. As we cross the 5-minute mark of this ball game, and the numbers are not adding up for the Steers on offense, but the defense, however, has been trying to keep them into this game, led by I.G. Bola and Cooper. Here's Sadler, back in the gun. Texas snap. Going to be a handoff this time. He's got space off the middle, but fantastic job by the defensive front for Texas Wesleyan to prevent a big-time play as Garrett didn't. As Garrett couldn't get too much on that run. Tackle made by number 39, Jose Bonilla, the 5'10", 210-pound linebacker from Fossil Ridge High School, the redshirt sophomore, grabbing onto Garrett's nub to the cleats to bring him down. Garrett had nothing but green in sights, but he was sadly tripped up. Couldn't get all he potentially could from that last run. It is 3rd down and 7. Tadler takes a snap. Looking right, gets to the outside. Hookfin tries to come back and corral it, but couldn't get it. It's going to be 4th down. And at this point, I'd say just go for it. 4:14 left to go in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of time. Might as well go and keep the offense on the field and try to make something out of nothing there.
It looks like the punting unit will come onto the field and kick the ball right back to Texas Wesleyan. It seems to be an injured Steer hobbling off the field.
You know, we talk about a lot on defense, but we were missing actually one key player. Number 9, Dylan Petway. He's everywhere.
Petway was the one that got the ran in the initial 2-point conversion to open up the scoring to make it 8-0. And he's also gotten two big time plays behind the line of scrimmage as well.
Pretty fast linebacker, able to hold the slot right there. That takes a lot of speed. Slot is supposed to be the fastest receiver on the field.
Line drive kick, not a lot of distance. and it won't even cross midfield, and Texas Wesleyan will take over with amazing field position, first down and 10. Be sure to keep it here with us. Jared Jones, Cameron Overstreet, and the Kelly Stat 2 broadcast with us. This game concludes. We'll have our post-game coverage. We'll look at some stats, determine some stars of this ball game, and elect our Thompson Tire Services player of the game. Once again, quick thank you to you, Cam Overstreet, Chris Jones, right above us here in the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth for working our camera for tonight's action, and Tommy, Justin Jackson, the rest of the stat-keeping crew from Texas College for giving us the numbers to keep this game going. 4:09 are the numbers showing on the game clock here. 20 is the number showing on the play clock. 40-12 is the number showing for the score. It's first down and 10 for the Rams. There's the handoff yet again. Up the middle. It's going to be a gain of around, let's call it 5. That carry by number 35, Nick David West from Seven Lakes High School. I wonder if I need to try to look this up after the game. I wonder if Seven Lakes High School actually has 7 lakes surrounding it.
I don't think this.
I mean, here in Tyler, there's 3 Lakes Middle School, and I don't think there's 3 lakes around 3 Lakes Middle School. That makes you think what goes into naming some of these high schools.
I don't really.
Not really a formula to.
That's actually a good question. I'd like 3 Lakes High School. How's that?
We asked the real questions here on the Antler Sports Network. Second down and 10 after the rush from West. West going to carry it again. He's going to gain, let's call it 5. They're going to give him exactly 5 there, but probably not enough to move the chains. Just short. The officials won't instruct him to move the chains. It's going to be third down and the length of the football to go. And this isn't even a decision on what if they're going to run the ball. It's how they're going to run the ball. They're going to try to give another quarterback keeper. Rogers, as we've seen, is able to make plays happen with his legs. But also you have a West up there that's fully capable of running the football. It's going to be Mitchell now. The running back ends, handoff to him. Bounces across his right guard. He's going to get the first down and still looking for more. Brought down by a host of steers. Trying to see who we could possibly give the defensive credit to, as a couple of players for both teams are a bit slow to get up. As the clock continues to roll, and we hit the 2.5-minute mark. Fresh set of downs, crosses the plane, first down at 10. And then struck the clock to stop. It looks like another injured steer. Just a cramp, thankfully nothing too serious. And that's always something good to see.
More cramp than the very crucial injury.
Looks like an injury timeout, and we'll take it with them. Back after this short break, you're watching Sooner Athletic Conference Football on the Antler Sports Network.
A car is one of the most important purchases you'll ever make. It's how you drive to work, how you take the kids to school, and how you get to some of life's biggest moments. Why not treat your car as such? Visit Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler on 3021 South Bonner Avenue. Joe Thompson and his team of professionals bring decades of under-the-hood experience to ensure that your car runs at its best. Any make, any model, Thompson Tire and Services is the only place to get the best service for your car in the entire East Texas area. Thompson Tire and Services in Tyler, proud sponsor of the Antler Sports Network.
I'm the play-by-play announcer who's in your ear all game long. And the more praise I heap on your team, the more excited you get. Touchdown! Now, you don't hear the upstairs toilet overflowing, and I don't mean with confidence. You wanted a bowl season? You got a bowl season. And if I could show up on game day, imagine what could happen the rest of the week.
Timeout presented by Allstate. The injured steer is tendered to and off the field under his own power. Here's Rogers now, fakes the handoff, is going to roll out to his right. He's got a man across the middle, and it's caught, flag thrown inside the 10-yard line, and this might be yet another first down. I know as we try to pass the time here with 2:03 left to go, we talked about some commercials here. I know one commercial we talked about was the camel commercial. Was that the Geico commercial?
The
camel?
Yeah, that was the Geico commercial, the Hump Day commercial.
I'd like to say that mid to late 2010s were prime commercial time for cable television.
It was at like one point, the Super Bowl wasn't even important. It was the commercials that came with the Super Bowl that was more important.
And it really still is, and especially if we're seeing the same Tom Brady versus young quarterback every single year, then yeah, I'm starting to see why the commercials are the biggest part. Flag is called. 5-yard penalty called against Texas Wesleyan, and that'll move them back first down after the flag. Clock rolls. Now we hit the 2-minute mark as the sand in the hourglass slowly begins to fall on the Steelers here on defense. 40-12 your score, minute 50 left to go. Here's Rogers. Running back in a tight end now. Man in motion. Caleb McKinney, the man in motion. It's a handoff to West. West almost brought down behind the line, but he is brought down after gaining a yard. Indeed, that last carry was from number 55, Ashton Mitchell. The steer on the tackle was number 95, Rudy Benavidez. His first tackle of the ball game. As we hit a minute 20 left to go in this contest here between the Texas Wesleyan Rams traveling from Fort Worth, Texas, and the Texas College Steers here hosting this ball game on the campus of All Saints Episcopal School in Milbourne Field in the Rose City of Tyler, Texas. In this contest of the Sooner Athletic Conference football, Jared Jones, Cameron Overstreet, and the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth. Wide open man in the middle of the field. Incomplete pass was intended for Terrell Curtis. Just too much mustard on it with 56 seconds left to go. And they're most likely will try to just take a knee here on third down and run the rest of this clock out. But we have seen more heinous or even disrespectful acts from teams when they hold leads here on the Antler Sports Network.
A lot of bad blood between some of these teams when they do that.
Well, to me, it doesn't matter if you have bad blood or not. If it's at this point, take a knee. Because last time I checked, you can't get injured if you don't really hit anybody. So just take the knee, and the ball game knows I stand correct. It's going to be a handoff yet again. Handoff up the middle to Johnson. Excuse me, to Mitchell Johnson. Gain of around 6. And that may be the final play of this ball game here. Unless they take the delay of game and just take a knee and get ready to hit the road here. 30 seconds and counting. Fourth down now. After the run for 6 is just short of the yard line to gain. 17 seconds now. Neither team looking to necessarily rush to get a play going here. Play clock runs out. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. As Marshall's still going, still getting pushed past the 10-yard line. And as he gets brought down, that will conclude this ball game. Your final score here at Milbourne Field, the Texas Wesleyan Rams 40, the Texas College Steers 12. We'll take a short timeout, and we'll get ready for the post game. This has been Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate.
I can't go anywhere.
But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. And your cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
MTC Beats.
As we hit final here at Milbourne Field, the Steers fall to the Texas Wesleyan Rams 40-12. Jared Jones, Cameron Overstreet, and the Kelly's Tattoo broadcast booth here to wind things down as we conclude this contest within the Sooner Athletic Conference. Let's start with the Steers of Texas College and what we liked from them. Cam, starting with their defensive front, making big-time plays when they needed to, only giving up 40 points against a Texas Wesleyan team who scored totals of 22, 59, 35, 53, and 39. And 33. A high-scoring offense held to 40 points. Hey, that's a pretty good night for the defensive front if I'm Texas College. Wouldn't you agree?
I definitely can agree. It's more or less the fact that Texas College had they came in here obviously the underdog, and everybody was expecting like a 60, 70 point game. Holding them to 40 is definitely more than what is more than happy than any team we can ever see.
Now let's switch gears over to Texas Wesleyan. When it comes to running the football, a picture-perfect game. Really nothing else you can really say about this rushing attack. We knew coming into this, especially with our talk with head coach Joe Prudhomme, as he leaves this ballgame with an overall record of 7-2, conference record of 6-2, we knew they were going to run the football. That was their bread and butter. They have multiple running backs, as we saw. I don't even want to say a dragon holding a trident, because we saw around 4 or 5 different running backs coming to do some kind of damage for this Texas Wesleyan offense. But what else can you point out that you like from this Ram offense or defense?
You pretty much said it. That run game, the pass game wasn't really going for them, obviously. But as you said, the coach said they're a run-first team. So that run game showed up. And it's so good to know that, well, if our starter doesn't play here, we have another player who can come in and produce even more or the same as the starter. So their run game was immaculate.
All right, that is our game recap. We talked about what we both liked and didn't like from both of these teams. When we come back, we'll have some stats, and finally, we'll elect our Thompson Tire and Services Player of the Game. We'll take a 1.5-minute timeout. This is the postgame. You're watching Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network.
You work hard to protect the things you love, your car, your home, and your financial future. East Texas Benefits will work just as hard to ensure your protection during these trying times. Our experts are trained to find the best policies tailored to any budget, but at the best insurance agency in Tyler by the people who make us who we are. Book a free consultation today at easttexasbenefits.com. East Texas Benefits, local knowledge you can trust. A Better Business Bureau A+ accredited business.
We get ready to conclude this contest between Texas Wesleyan as they nominate the Sears of Texas College 40-12 in Midbourne Field on the campus of All Saints Episcopal. On the postgame, Jared Jones and Cam Overstreet and the Kelly Sat 2 broadcast. We'll start with our scoring summary. Things opened up with a touchdown from Texas Wesleyan, a Jaden Price 85-yard punt return and in the end zone. Dylan Petway rushes into the end zone for the 2-point conversion success to make the score 8-0. And a whole lot of Caesar for the rest of the first half of play. Rush for 1 yard, rush for 2 yards, and a PAT rush in for 2. Made the score 22-0. But Isaiah Sadler and the Texas College offense had something to say with 8 seconds left to go in the second to close out the first half. Isaiah Sadler completing a 2-yard pass to Derek Cooper to make things 22-6. To open up the third quarter, Carson Rogers with a 2-yard touchdown rush as the Rams marched down the field with 10:16 left to go. That made the score 28-6. And Armando Benitez 27-yard field goal at the 10:16 mark increased the score by 3 to make it 29-6. The Steelers would answer back, however, with Isaiah Sadler completing a T.J. Hookfin pass, 57 yards, with 9:01 left to make it 29-12. And Gregory Blazer would respond with a 29-yard field goal to make it 32-12. The final touchdown of this game came from Nick David West. His 10-yard rush as the Rams marched down the field with 1:47 left to go made it 38-12. And Dylan Petway with his second 2-point conversion rush into the end zone to close things out and give us our final score of 40-12. When we come back, we'll wrap things up. We'll elect our Thompson Tire and Services Player of the Game and more. Once again, your final score from Midbourne Field at All Saints Episcopal, the Texas Wesleyan Rams 40, the Texas College Steers 12. Back in 1 minute, this is Sooner Athletic Conference football on the Antler Sports Network. Jarrett Jones, Cam Overstreet in the Kelly Tattoo broadcast booth. The Rams take home the victory and head back to Fort Worth after the 40-12 win over the Steers of Texas College in the Sooner Athletic Conference matchup. Let's get to one last look at our stats, and we'll elect our Thompson Tire and Services Player of the Game. The only stat that really pokes out to me, other than the individuals, is the rushing yards for Texas Wesleyan. 49 carries for 336 yards. I'm not a mathematician. That's a pretty darn big number. That's a lot of rushing yards for a team that, as we know, is a rush-first team. Cam, any thoughts?
Yeah, rushing like that is all the NFL teams. Some of the NFL teams right now can't even get a hold of that, let alone NCAA. So this right here, that shows just how good this rushing game was. There was no need to pass the ball if you're running 300 yards as a total rushing squad.
Now, speaking of rushing, that rushing battery, a member of that rushing battery is a recipient of our Thompson Tire and Services Player of the Game. This go-round, a consensus pick will go towards the starting running back for this Texas Wesleyan team, number 21, Ernest Caesar. The 5'7", 165 sophomore is our Thompson Tire and Services Player of the Game. Finished off the ball game with a final stat line of 22 rushes, 176 yards, average carry of 8 yards per rush, 2 rushing touchdowns, his largest run being 29 yards. Any final thoughts?
He played very good football. That's all I can say.
All right, we'll shut things down here. Your final score, Texas Wesleyan 40, Texas College 12. For Cam Overstreet, for Chris Jones, and the rest of the Antler Sports Network crew, this is Jarrett Jones saying so long, everybody. Your final score, once again, Texas Wesleyan 40, Texas College 12. Until next Thursday, so long, everyone.